We are the brightest eye, a proud and noble species of survivors.
We alone have stood against the slate. We alone are favored by the gods.
For centuries, we have known only isolation, but a new day has dawned.
Our people are in peril, and we will stop at nothing to survive.
This galaxy is dangerous, but our fury is vast.
Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome to V.A.S.T. I am Jackson Lanzing, and welcome to our totally new crew. Look at all these people you've never heard of before. This is exciting, right? Woo-woo! Yeah, this is a crazy, fun, exciting time. We're gonna just sort of like get right into it because as a result of some tech issues, we've been running a little bit late, but I think we're finally coming around on it. Hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry. We just have a bit of a weird echo situation.
You sound like the
No,
voice
that's
of
the
God.
sound of our glory. Yeah,
What was that?
that's the sound of our. Oh.
Or the voice of God.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, hey. And now we're good. At least temporarily. So in the short term, I would love to just get our crew here to introduce themselves so you get at least some understanding of who it is you're going to be watching today in case you didn't see on the Twitter feed all the crazy cool concept art that you will be seeing throughout the night. So with that in mind, I want to just hand it over to Max Isaacson, who's our captain here in V.A.S.T.
Hi.
And his character, Visionary Destroyer. Max, tell our audience about yourself.
I'm Max Isaacson, director and professional misanthrope on the internet. Also a big friend of the new nerdcore community. I'm playing Visionary Destroyer. I am a 10-foot tall, badass cockroach psychotic killer. And I'm here to lead my group of also badasses right into space.
So just in case you were...
And your hearts.
Yeah, just in case it was completely unclear why this group is different than the other group, I think you can make a simple comparison between Amy Dowland's Captain Lucy Bard and Visionary Destroyer. All right, so with that in mind, let's move over to Destroyer's first officer, his second in command, also similarly a kind of a weird guy. This is Ray Utarnachet.
Yes.
And he is playing Nidar the Mind.
Nidar the Mind. So Nidar, my name is Ray Utarnachet. I'm a television writer, and I play a character, Nidar the Mind, and he's basically a very mysterious jellyfish brain-like creature in a jar. Yeah. Flies around in a jar and sort of acts as a counterpoint to our hyper-violent captain.
So you are neither a visionary nor a destroyer.
I am a visionary destroyer.
Those traits.
Something to keep in mind about some of the species that you'll encounter tonight. You'll get some more of the context for all of this as you go, since obviously all you guys know if you've seen episode 1, all you know about the Brightest Eye so far is rumors and mystery, and the fact that at some point or another they managed to stop the slate. Now we're going to learn a little bit more about them tonight. Something you'll learn pretty quickly is that they have a series of, it's not just the Brightest Eye who are these kind of insectoid creatures, but in fact they have a whole series of vassal races, species that are from their same constellation that they have taken under their wing, as it were, or if you had a more, if you wanted to be more, maybe less charitable about it, have enslaved.
No. Not true. We brought them up.
So Nidar the Mind is one of those. He belongs to a species called the Minds. There are the Minds. There are the Tongue. You met a Tongue last week in Colin Kelly's character. This might be a good idea. They all have weird names, but not that weird. And we are going to introduce you to the last of our vassal species with Jody Hauser, who is playing Pac-Ha the Limb.
Hi, I'm Jody Hauser. I write comics, including Faith and Mother Panic right now. Pac-Ha, I keep describing her as if Daria was a space spider ninja thing.
Officially my favorite character pitch. Sorry, all other character pitches.
Ouch. I love characters who are in space who just really don't want to be in space, but have to deal with being in space. And she basically just doesn't want to die and wants to get home someday. And she isn't a huge fan of being a slave race, whatever the hell you want to call it.
No.
I don't see a problem with that.
Vassal.
Slave is such an ugly word.
Yeah.
That's why they use the term vassal. It's all just propagandic, yeah.
We use terms that get more points in Scrabble.
They have the Brightest Eye is a really good marketing
Yes.
team. They've they did a lot of think groups and everything to get all this terminology down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then smash pop propaganda.
Well, no. Weirdly enough, the Brightest Eye themselves, and as you'll learn as you get into them, are themselves one giant focus group, and to some degree are kind of focused on all coming together on consensus of things constantly. They have some technological ability to do that, which we'll get into over the course of the game. Next up, I want to introduce you to John Callan and his character, Hansarald Nirun. Nirun? Hansarald Nirun. Hans belongs to a species called the Ta'al Klee, who we've not yet encountered yet. They're relatively rare. John, tell us about yourself and about Hans.
I think it's like Neuron, but Nirun. That's
Oh, cool. I like it. Nirun.
Yeah. So I'm Jonathan Callan. I'm a writer for television, video games, and animation. I wrote for Justice League Action, which Ray wrote with me on, and I'm a writer and producer for virtual reality games at a company called Servius. Hansarald Nirun is a Ta'al Klee scientist who is one of the first people to leave the bosom of Ta'al Klee high technology in a very long time.
Pro tip, they're almost all scientists. So the fact that he left is like a big deal.
And he's kind of a mad doctor, but I think in a good or at least morally neutral way. He really just wants to add extra limbs and put things in
Which I
people's...
super approve of.
Yeah.
We're a very limby ship.
Anyone he meets, he's like, are you happy with the number of arms you have?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want more arms? Because I can help with that.
And so many opportunities you will have to add arms to things. Arms to spaceships, arms to other people, arms to dogs and cats.
Arms
We're gonna add it to our food.
Arms to planets, arms to food.
Oh, planet.
Doesn't the dog need an arm?
Also
Yeah.
brains. I don't want to just tie myself down to arms.
Oh,
I'll put
okay.
lots
He
of stuff in
may add
brains.
an arm to my brain.
Our game actually has a relatively robust medical tree, which is really only there to be taken advantage of by characters that really want to dive down that tree. John has decided to focus on that tree, so you're going to actually see a lot of really cool, very character-specific stuff coming out of Hans.
I'm gonna climb that skill tree.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
With all your
For those,
many things that you're gonna add on.
for those of you who don't know, that being like most of the internet, the Star Trek game that we play in that sort of started a lot of this, John is one of my original players, as well as is the next guy you're going to meet. But John took that character tree for Vulcans, which was built on a lot of the same premises, and pushed my game so hard that he practically broke it. So this is going to be a really, like, he started a government, he built a better alternative to warp drive. There's a lot of really cool stuff that can come down the line in this game when you decide to actually engage with it. So I'm really excited to see what happens. Speaking of OG original Star Trek players, another one of my OG original Star Trek players, Dylan Duval, is going to be playing a character named Noble Defender. With a name like that, you might think that he was Brightest Eye, and yet, what is Noble Defender, Dylan?
That's a really good question, Jack.
Introduce yourself and introduce your character.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dylan Duval. I'm an actor, and I play Noble Defender, who is, well, he doesn't know what he is. But we'll all recognize him as a human. He crash landed.
It's a human.
What is being told to me, and as I've grown up as a character, I'm brother to Visionary Destroyer, and
Pet.
I was
You
given,
say brother, I say pet.
Nah. I was given to him as a pet because I crash landed at 3, and I was wrapped in a jacket. I don't know where I come from. I don't know what happened. And then as I grew up and they realized I wasn't a pet, they started to bring me into the fold, and I'm the first creature that has been brought into the Concordance. And I am a pilot, and they pushed me, and I'm a really good pilot. So, that's right. All those OG days, hopefully they'll pay off.
Yeah, man.
Some might say he's the best pilot.
So our players know a little bit about the Brightest Eye. You've now gotten a little bit of a feeling. You've got some insect beasts, you got some spider ninjas, you've got some brains in jars, and we've even got a freelancer in Hans. What I'd love to do is give the audience a little bit of context before we jump straight into the game, just so you have an understanding of why these guys aren't just the straight up bad guys, right? Because like, they have slaves, and they seem to kill for funsies, and they have a name that sounds like a Tolkien villain. Like, they sound like they would be the bad guys, right? So I want to just sort of caution you that those black and white terms aren't necessarily going to function very well when V.A.S.T is concerned. So let me bring you up to speed on sort of what's up with the Brightest Eye, since you got a little bit of feedback on, or you got a little bit of backstory on the Pac-Ha last week. So the brightest eye are named after the constellation that they come from. It's a big eye in the sky. It's 9 planets that form an eye with a star system in the center. That's where the brightest eye homeworld is. The brightest eye actually named themselves after the Siren and Pac-Ha name for their constellation. They took it on after they became spacefaring. That's because before that, they were known and called themselves the Hunted and the Dying. And that's because the brightest eye were evolutionary dead ends, basically. They were cockroaches. They didn't really have a really great opportunity to survive on their planet because they didn't have a very good way of organizing beyond their sort of communal operations. However, rather than dying out, they achieved technology. And essentially, yeah, there you go. And as a result, they ended up actually, for lack of a better term, essentially self-augmenting and self-evolving by taking the pheromone glands that were their previous way of communicating sort of communally and replacing them with a cybernetic collar called the Concordance. The Concordance is essentially think of like the Borg Collective. It is a single sort of cybernetic mind.
And I do, often.
Yeah. Even though they don't exist in the vast universe, you are still constantly figuring out how you can make Borg.
He's read about it.
So the Concordance essentially operates as the primary social and physical and military and mental organizing principle by which the brightest eye operate. So you'll hear a lot about the Concordance. Basically, that's just the supercomputer in their head that's telling them what to do. That answers to a governmental body that you'll meet in this game, known as the Fathers and the Mother. So with that in mind, the only other really thing you need to know is that the brightest eye have, over the course of their relatively short time in space, killed the first Siren vessel that came their way, took all of the technology from that vessel and used it to achieve spaceflight, conquered every planet in the eye.
No, keep going.
Conquered a whole bunch of planets outside the eye.
Please.
And then, when the slate came for them, they actually turned back the Pac-Ha peacekeep vessel that was sent to help them out, told them, get out of our space or we will murder you, you have an hour, and then proceeded to pull back to their 9 planets, where the slate stopped and has surrounded them ever since. The slate has not incursed on Brightest Eye territory, and the Brightest Eye have not left their territory ever since. So a lot of mystery about them. Most of the galaxy is not privy to some of the information that you are about to get. And that is, I think, the fun of going behind the curtain of the Brightest Eye, which is what we're about to do. So with that said, if anybody's got anything to say, now's the time to say it. Otherwise, I think we're going to jump right in.
We are the brightest eye.
We sound amazing.
Yeah, we are the brightest eye.
Shines bright.
Our songs are better.
If you like Kafka, you're gonna love this.
Like,
So
we
with
don't
that in
sound
mind,
bad as much as we sound badass.
Yeah, we're not bad guys. We're just like the Borg.
Super.
And they were super nice.
The Borg were the heroes, right?
Hey, long term, probably.
Yeah. Okay, guys, just before we get started, a quick shout out to Sirenscape, who provide all of our music. They're badass, with the exception, obviously, of the main title that you saw. I'm referring to our monitor over there, but you don't know what that means. Regardless, thank you to Jay Vincent, who's our amazing composer, who put this whole thing together. He made us 2 different theme songs, which I suppose you've seen by now, and I can't thank him enough. All right, let's get started.
Ours are better.
Yep, our songs are better.
Your songs are better.
I mean, our currently song, singular, but our song is better.
We'll sing at least 2 more songs before this episode is over.
Have you come up with like a brightest eye, like war?
We're traveling through the stars, riding in a bug.
All right, so we're actually going to begin in a bit of an odd situation, insofar as some of these characters are not going to be the people that you know yet. You'll see under John's name a character named Infinite Seeker. Infinite Seeker is the science officer aboard the Obliterating Fire, which is the vessel that we are starting on. The rest of the characters are the characters you know and love. Visionary Destroyer is Visionary Destroyer, but for some reason, right now, he's going by the name
Partisan Teacher.
Partisan Teacher.
Sounds like a wuss man.
And we begin
I have no comment.
at the Great Battle of Limworld. The Great Battle of Limworld, as it would be called to all future generations of the Brightest Eye, has raged now for hours uncounted. 10 great war vessels of the Brightest Eye fleet, each commanded by an eye of dignified standing, have fallen to the swarming vessels of the V.A.S.T. horde. The V.A.S.T, if you could find one interested in actually answering the question, would not describe themselves as alive. In fact, they are actively scornful of life from other sentient races in the galaxy, and are now a highly advanced, highly militaristic, and utterly vicious species of sentient crystal. The V.A.S.T see organic life as an offensive waste of perfectly good materials, and work actively to return them to the soil. They came from many smaller species on the way to the eye. They crossed the slate, the energy field that surrounds the eye but does not consume it, over a decade of effort. They have never met their match. Until you. Partisan Teacher, your vessel is known as the Obliterating Fire. Your crew consists of a limb that you've not known for very long, that's Pac-Ha, who currently fires the vessel's weapons from her massive turret. The ship's mind, Nidar, who sits at the center of a command station powering the ship's computers. The vessel's scan master, Infinite Seeker, a thin, brightest eye of lower standing, but very high concordance. And your human vassal, the loyal and good-natured Noble Defender. The wreckage of your commanding officer's vessel flies around your ship as you close on the enemy. After half a day of quiet, the V.A.S.T are making their final push. You are the only ship remaining. You are in combat with the 9 V.A.S.T Horde vessels. You are all that stands between them and the conquest of the 9 Brightest Eye systems. Home to Limworld, a very important vassal planet, this system. You must hold it. Nothing can survive. What do you do?
Okay. All right, I need scans on the surrounding area. I need to know how many ships still have their crossing drives intact, even if they're totally destroyed fucking husks.
That's a good idea.
I need to know how many of these things have energy that we can use.
Acknowledged, Captain.
Obviously, weapons. I want you firing at the nearest ship. I just need to start beating the living bejesus out of these things. Burn cannons across the board. If any of them have shields down, I want boarding spears fired as best you can. For the moment, Helm, give me evasive maneuvers. I don't want to get shot out of the sky while we're trying to figure out what the hell we're doing.
Done.
And Nidar, I want you pushing energy to shields at the moment right now, too. I think that's probably our best first step to stay alive and not explode.
So, something that you've just noticed, if you're new to this game, or even if you're not, even if you saw V.A.S.T last week, this is something you haven't seen before, which is ship combat. I'm going to walk you through how this is rolled so that as we get accustomed to the game, I won't need to explain this to you, the audience, ever again, because it's really rather simple. Each person here is responsible for a part of the bridge. To wit, Dylan is responsible for the helm, Jody is responsible for the weapons, Max is responsible for command, Ray is responsible for power allocation, and John is responsible for scans and other scientific measurements. Each character gets something to do in ship combat, and that is 1 round of ship combat. At that point, the other ships will act on them, and their offensive and defensive rolls will determine how much damage their ship takes. It's as simple as that. So I'm just going to have them roll this out. They're going to roll a number of d10 based on the stat that you see underneath their names. That's their bridge merit. Literally all that means is how good they are at the thing they are trying to do on the bridge. We are going to each of you roll a number of d10 concurrent to your bridge merit. Please do that now.
My bridge merit seems to be 0.
Go ahead and assume your bridge merit's 5, John.
Excellent.
Jack, do I roll?
No. The reason that Dylan does not roll, Dylan, do you want to explain it?
Actually, I think you should explain it.
Yeah, all right. Dylan's got Dylan, do you want to explain my incredibly complex combat system? No. Dylan has a merit. All these characters you'll see have merits. These are not their attributes or their skills, but very specialized skills that they've bought. Dylan's character, Noble Defender, has immediately decided to dig into piloting, and as a result, he has took a merit known as Flying Ace. Flying Ace means that no matter what he is asked to do, as far as a helm maneuver during combat, he succeeds.
Oh.
His ship will never fail a helm maneuver.
Yeah.
So as a result,
go.
you're always looking at an automatic success from Dylan.
Good human.
I
Good
like
human.
that
Kind of like the
I like our
logic
pilot
of
thing.
pilot.
Noble Defender's rather good at this stuff.
Yeah. Rock and roll. Let's do it, guys.
So I want to just get success states from all the rest of you as well. Max, I'm going to need you to roll as well.
Yeah, I
your
did.
command. Okay, you did?
Yeah.
Great. So let's just roll that down. Max.
Success.
Great. That's command success. Pac-Ha.
1 success.
There you go. That's all you need. Ray.
I got 1.
Nice. And
Success.
Nice. So that is a full success across the board.
I don't know if you knew we were friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
Can I just say that compared to
No,
the
you
Pac-Ha last week, it seems that the Brightest Eye game is metal as fuck. Like, it is so metal. Like, we're like engaging in like blast cannon fights with like crystalline
intense.
beings. Like Walt Simonson's Thor is gonna fly up and punch something.
Hey, don't spoiler.
John, we haven't done
Yeah, we haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
John, we still haven't.
We just
All right,
rolled
so
one.
here's how this works. You're gonna take. Here's how this metal as fuck system works. You are going to take your crew inspiration, which is 6. You're going to take your evasive actions. Evasive actions is what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So that's your defense. We're going to hold that off.
Okay.
That's just going to your defense. Your power is also going to shield, so that's going to your defensive roll.
Yeah.
So at this point, we're just looking at your offensive roll being your weapons and your crew inspiration. And how many successes did you get, John?
2.
You got 2 successes? Okay. John. Okay, Infinite Seeker. There are 9 Verhorde vessels. There are 3 Verhorde vessels that are coming at you currently. You are technically in combat with 3 Verhorde vessels right now. Each of them have a shields of 8, but only a hull of 3. Their shields are their strong suit, and right now they all have their shields up. As far as crossing drives are concerned, they all have active crossing drives, but you find a weakness in their crossing drive, which is that it only has 3 damage. So if it can be properly targeted once shields are down, that's essentially a one-hit kill as long as you have a successful combat maneuver.
But we have to take their shields down first.
Correct.
Got it, we gotta plink away. And
so-
what about the wreckage of the ships around us, of the other Brightest Eye ships? Are any of those, do any of those have crossing drives intact? Did we find that out from the scan?
You can roll that next round.
Damn, that's
I'm down for
what I
that.
wanted.
Is there?
Is that what
That's
you
what he
wanted to know
asked.
specifically?
Yeah, from the
I'm sorry, I thought you meant the
Emperor
Verhorde vessels.
No, I meant all of them.
Then yes, there are floating crossing drives about. Because most of
Yes.
those would not necessarily explode upon disintegration of the vessels.
And is there?
Where are they?
There's at least 2 or 3.
Is there
enough to
anything-
create a more like, say, exponential fight.
Is there
Got it.
anything in my initial scans that would give me a sense of counter hacking technology? Like, what are the weak points in their system?
Their computer systems are less than useful to you. They seem to operate primarily via like an organic connection to their ships.
Shiny lights.
So these sort of crystalline entities may not have systems that are hackable. Yeah,
Jack,
exactly.
Jack, do we have a tractor beam of some sort?
Sorry?
Do we have a tractor beam
No.
or something of some sort?
We have boarding speed.
You have boarding spears and you have like literal harpoons. So if you wanted to like
boarding
harpoon
spears.
onto something and pull it towards you, you could do that.
Oh, that
We
sounds
totally do.
Just saying that's a.
We will want to
But
do
you can't
that.
do that while a shield is up.
I mean, we could harpoon
yeah.
something and pull it,
Pull it
towards
towards, yeah.
any one of those drives that are floating out there.
And I'm a pretty good
Fire
pilot.
on the drive, set that puppy off.
Pretty rad idea.
Chain reaction.
Set it off.
So with that in mind, I just want you guys to roll your.
You're brilliant.
I just want you to roll your
fucking beautiful,
offensive roll.
Okay, yeah.
Which boils down to 6, which is your command, and 15, which is your burn cannons. So that's
Okay,
21.
Do this on the phone then.
Wow.
Okay.
And then they're going to get a bit of a defensive knockdown because of the scans.
Well, good.
Okay, so 21.
Yeah, you're rolling 21 dice.
Well, I don't even have a roll that big. Hold on, I'm gonna just roll 20 and then roll 1.
That's fine.
Brightest eye. That's how we roll.
We're going to be using
sounds
digital
right,
dice
baby.
rollers here and there,
Okay, so
especially
that
with ship
one's
combat. That's because we're
8.
rolling very large number bases, just for the audience to know what's going on.
I got an 8. 8 is great.
8.
8 is enough.
8 out of
8
21
don't
ain't
eat.
bad, as Meatloaf used to say.
So since they're closing on you, all they're rolling are their shields.
Oh dear. All right.
Okay, what'd you get?
8.
8. All right. So they got a combined shield roll of 5, meaning that you are going to hit one of those vessels.
Okay.
The other one's. Well, no. You got a successful, so that's 2 shots. I'm sorry, I should make that clear. When firing with burn with those
Yeah,
burning
burning
cutters.
cannons, because we're awesome.
Yeah, if you're
Metal.
successful. Well, no,
Or
that's
metal.
only when you're closing. You are successful when you're targeting. The lead Verhorde vessel loses its shields,
Sweet.
but the other
harpoon that
but the other ones are still. But the other ones are still up.
Okay. Cool.
You are now going to roll your defense. Max, you're responsible for that roll. That is your shield strength plus your power plus your maneuver, because those are your 3 defensive maneuvers. That being 2 for your shields, 2 for your evasive actions, that's 4, plus 8 for your power.
12.
So you're rolling 12 dice for your...
I like our offensive roll better.
5. Yeah, me too. No fooling. I mean, hey, we're slightly offensive.
They hit you with...
We just tell like it is. No, wait, I'm not getting into that.
What'd you roll?
5.
Their Theralon cutting beams, which are these high active radiation cutting beams, fire out of the very center of the Vrerhord vessels. 3 of them attack you all at once. The first glances off of your shields. Roll again.
Sweet.
Same roll?
Yep.
Okay. Got it.
We need cutting beams. Those sound pretty cool.
Right?
5.
The second one also rolls right off of your
Oh
shields.
my god, alright.
Roll again.
Captain, I'm reading shields holding.
Rarehorn sucks. 6.
Yeah.
All 3 cutting beam...
Transmitting message. Suck dicks.
Every single one of the cutting beams glances off of your shields, one by one, leaving you now with the attack. What do you do, Captain?
Sweet.
Okay, sweet.
How far away is the nearest?
You now cleared the rubble and are heading
okay.
closer towards the Vrerhord themselves, but the evasive actions are moving
In a
you
minute.
around, not
We're
into a
closer.
close.
Okay, cool.
Consider basically that your ship right now is like darting around and
got an
swooping
idea,
about.
Captain.
Your guy.
Human has an idea.
Alright, if we... Okay. So...
boy.
Keep in mind, you are flying while you do
Right,
this.
okay. Look, brother,
There you go.
I got this idea.
pet speaking?
I got this idea. If we somehow catch one of those crossing drives that are floating in space, harpoon it, and drag it through using Z-space through the 3 patterns and come through them and explode it, it'll knock the 3 out of formation, and if we're damaging the first one and the second one. Therefore, knocking them off their pattern, and we can attack either one, each target on different paths. I'm gonna have to pull wide, but I can come through.
I hear you. Not yet, but we will.
Okay.
Don't waste a good weapon until you need it. All right, I want to run evasive maneuvers. I want to use that harpoon. I want to hook
Yeah,
into the
I got
Vrerhorn
a
vessel that
harpoon
doesn't have any shields, and then I want to start dragging it into the other Vrerhorn vessels.
Okay.
You're going to be firing harpoons, right? Okay, so that's her weapon fire?
Yes.
Okay, right.
So the way where do you want power?
I'm going to want power on weapons.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure I do this. I'm not going to fuck this up.
Well, actually, that's a really good question. If we're trying to fire a harpoon and drag a ship into another ship, is that a weapons roll or an engines roll?
No, it's a weapons roll. But what's going to happen after that? Once you achieve this round, Dylan is going to roll for not for like a normal helm maneuver, but for an actual helm feat. That's going to be like a skill check. Cool. That skill check will determine how good the rest of this works out. Okay.
All right.
But first, you're going to have to make this offensive maneuver and take fire. Does that make sense?
Got it. Yep.
Okay, great.
And then hold on, I need to give John an order here.
Yeah. I mean, normally he would just be scanning to
weapon.
keep up your defensive bolster, unless you have another idea.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense unless you got anything fancy pants
Makes
going
total
on.
sense.
Great.
Transmitting locational data.
Okay, great. Each of you, please roll your.
Attitudes.
Please each roll your bridge merit.
All right.
You had a thing you wanted to say?
No, I'm good.
You can
Vrerhord
shoot it
vessels
into my brain
glint in the
second.
darkness around you.
Done.
The moonless planet below you, Limworld, where, by the way, Jody, you came from, sits still undefended.
I don't like the people there, but they have really nice trees, so I'd prefer they stay there.
Jody, not so hot with people, real hot with trees.
Trees are better than
Trees will never let you down, I guess, unless a branch
Oregonians,
breaks.
you're gonna love her.
That'll let you down,
What's
assuming
like
you're sitting on the
slightly
branch.
less than a dendrophiliac? Just like dendrofond.
Yeah,
Dendro-affectionate.
Dendrofrond.
Oh, I love it.
Buns.
very.
Okay, so let's get the rolls going for bridge merits. You guys all go?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, great. We're gonna run it down. Max,
Success.
Jody,
2 successes.
damn, Ray.
0 success.
Okay, that's no to your power then, and John.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you needed to roll. I
All good?
apologize. 2.
Whoa, 2.
Nice. So you're going to continue to get your 2-point defensive bolster. You are going to
Actually, I
also,
realized
really, it's a defensive penalty for them. What was that?
I'm sorry, it was 3. For some reason, I only rolled 2 because I had 2 successes last turn. I'm bad at math.
Oh, I understand.
But
Then 3. Hooray!
Remember, 2 guys
Way to get it
stuck
just in under the wire there.
Yes.
And where were you taking power?
Two weapons.
Got it. So that's just not going to
Yeah,
clear.
just that. Okay.
Okay, so we are looking at a offensive weapons check with this. So, Jody, go ahead, or I'm sorry, Max, go ahead and roll 4. Crew inspiration and burn cannons total. So that's 15 plus 6 for 21.
That's
That's
21.
harpoons. Is that the same?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Harpoons.
Your harpoon is a 10.
Good looking.
Ooh.
So
16?
That's 16, please.
Inspire
I
the
meant
hell
burn
out of us.
cannons.
7.
7?
Then just go with it. Go with it.
Okay. So as you swoop by so it rolled a 6. As you swoop by the vessel, you have to get like dangerously close to do this. So the evasive maneuver is like it's successful at least in terms of giving you a defensive bolster. But you come like right underneath the thing and pop a harpoon into it. So by the time that you're past it, it's like a whale in Resident Evil 4. It'll just suddenly like be going the other direction, and you're like carried along with it. That was a
Right.
really specific reference.
That's okay.
We all go.
I was thinking
Yeah.
Free Willy, but
You get it.
Futuristic Moby
It's like at
Dick.
the
Yeah,
end
yeah.
of Free
So
Willy
you're-
when they harpoon that
We've
whale.
all seen Resident Evil.
Yeah, that time in Free Willy where they kill the whale.
Yeah.
It's like that. So as
Willy
you're
didn't
so as
make
you're
it.
swooping past, all of a sudden the
Crushed
ship
our boy.
is trailing behind you, being pulled along that thing. You call out to Noble Defender to do his thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go human.
Tear them
Smash
to
Willy
pieces.
into another
go
Willy.
pink pilot
Okay.
thing, go.
So hold up.
Oh, that's
You don't know what you're rolling, Dylan.
no, done.
Okay.
So excited.
So this is a helm check.
Boy,
That is
burn the
your
skies.
dex,
Check your health.
Yep.
your helm drive.
5.
I'm liking this mood music.
I'm liking this whole thing, man.
Yeah. No,
Your
so far,
off-world
we are
spirit,
wrapped.
because this is technically a physical roll. Humans have a merit called off-world spirit. It's a general physical bolster.
How much for that?
And
How cute.
we're gonna add flying ace to this
saving
just
your
to its general
Thinks he's
stats.
people.
16. Helm check at 16.
Damn. All right.
You want the guy?
Let's
Okay.
just do this. Okay. Physical. Got 1. 2.
No, 7's count.
7's count.
Yeah,
Oh,
7
that's.
up. 7 up.
There you go. 4. Oh, 5.
Yeah, you didn't.
Oh, okay.
Go.
Isn't that a 10?
Oh, that
No, it's a 1.
6. No, that's
no.
a 10.
Yeah.
6. And
He's better than he thinks, folks.
7, 8, 9, 10.
He's only human.
Last one. 11.
Wow.
I mean,
He's a lot better than he thinks.
At 11, that is an outstanding success. He whips that Vrerhord vessel. You sort of pass through there. He has that Vrerhord vessel on whip. As you swing past the other 2 vessels,
Damn.
you manage to actually like use the butt of your ship to swing the butt of your ship. I really got to learn like starboard and
No, it's a giant bug thing. It has
yeah.
a butt.
Yeah.
But it has
So you
a
use the
butt.
butt of your ship
It's more like a
The thorax.
to swing the vessel around and smash it into wham into the first vessel and then wham into the second vessel.
Whoa.
Both of the other Vrerhord vessels are knocked sideways. One of them is obliterated.
Yes.
The other one loses its shield.
Destroy.
You are now in combat with 7 Vrerhord vessels.
we
But only one of them is currently engaging with you. That's the last one that's currently with you. That's the guy that just lost his shields.
Oh, we
This
lost his
kind of
shield.
ship food.
Yep.
Captain, I'm reading that last
Like
maneuver was
gun
fucking
food,
metal.
gunpowder.
Extremely high levels of metal coming off that.
I'm gonna call that
What do you do?
metal.
I need to bolster my metal. Okay. Evasive. We still have one of those ships hooked down to this harpoon?
No,
like
it's
still
exploded.
okay. It's, I was
That's
like,
destroyed.
Yeah.
okay, so 2 destroyed, 1 left. Shields down.
Yes.
Okay. Evasive maneuvers, burn cannons for sure. I want to just fucking toast this thing. I want to light the
So
sky up.
aim for the crossing drive.
Aim for that fucking
For
crossing
the
drive.
crossing drive.
Okay.
I want the people on your planet to like think it's the 4th of July. I want them high-fiving in the trees and worried about flaming meteorites falling.
The 4th of July is a very important holiday.
It is known across the universe.
Here's
wildly different reasons.
The 4th of July.
Here's my question, and it may not affect what my captain does, but given that I would have access to the locational data, how far? So 3 of them were on attack vectors. 3 are sort of, full backing it, and 3 are.
No, you have another 6 that are incoming all as a
Are they going to
helpful,
be?
man.
Are they going to be? I wasn't even sure I got it right. Are they? Is that what a fullback does? I don't even know. Are they
Sports ball.
Are they going to be within firing distance by the time we fire on this other vessel,
They could
or will
be.
we have
Oh,
a
yeah,
round
that
of
is a good
combat
point,
to
actually.
bolster defenses?
When you are done with this combat, well, if you want to know exactly how much time you have, roll scanners. Like that's going to be something you do on this next run.
All right, that
Definitely,
sounds good.
Roll scanners. Okay, hold on. Evasive maneuvers. Burn cannons for sure. Blow that crossing drive to pieces. Aim for it with everything you've got. Nidar, we're not going to need a ton to the weapons.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so keep
Do
it
we
on
need the-
shields.
We do have 6 incoming, so.
Yeah, keep it on shields. I don't
Keep
want
it
to
on
get shot
shields.
out of the sky looking like an asshole.
Jerks.
And Dylan, if you
Yep.
can, for your evasive maneuvers,
Yep.
if you can kind of head ourselves away from the incoming, God, what are their names again?
The rare horde.
Rare horde.
Okay.
If I want to set
that's
some
what's
distance
rare horde.
between us because this is going to be a goddamn mess in
I
like
can do
2
that.
seconds.
Easy.
Debatable.
Okay.
All right. So, each of you roll your bridge merits, please.
All right.
All right, we're gonna go down the run.
whammies.
Where'd you throw power, Max?
Into the shields.
Great. Okay, partisan teacher. Okay, no command bolster. Taka.
1.
Okay, you're up. Ray?
1.
Nidar, rather. Sorry, I'm going to start calling you by your name. Nidar, Infinite Seeker?
1.
1. So we have a success, a success, a success, but no success, and you're an automatic assumed success.
Done.
So, we have and where was the power going? Weapons?
Shields.
Shields. Okay, power goes to defensive bolster.
Shields, man.
Your attack is just your burn cannons. Roll
15?
15 for burn.
Burn this.
4. I knew we'd roll crap eventually.
You could put some willpower in that.
Since Taka's roll was successful,
Yeah, that's
what that means is
interesting.
they're targeting successful. So you asked her to target the
crossing
cannon,
drive.
the crossing
Yeah, yeah.
drive.
Is it too late, Max?
That means, and their crossing drive only has 3. So that means if they roll like even 1 on defense, they're screwed. But if they roll 2 on defense, they're going to remain. You know what
I
I'm
see.
saying?
Can I pump willpower into it to get a better
Not
roll?
at this point.
Okay, cool.
You have to roll
could've
willpower early
ahead
into the
of
game.
time.
Yes.
Okay.
But you
Max-
as the commander are the only person who can put willpower into a command check. Or other like
Yeah,
into
like
a
stand up and
ship
sweet
check.
speech and shit.
Max
Yeah.
plays
You
a
just, like, yell at the
celestial
weapons
being
until
in
they
our Star
fire
Trek
harder.
game,
that?
so
He
now
yells at the
he's
weapons until they
learning
fire harder.
what
Yeah.
it's like to roll dice like
Super
a
not
mortal.
used to rolling dice. I'm just like, you're lobotomized. You're on the moon.
Yell about mine.
You're
Okay.
rolling dice now.
Lobotomy for
So-
everybody.
You rolled a 2. So you hit him.
4. Oh, he rolled a 2.
They rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rare
So
horde.
and you rolled a 4, right?
Yeah, so 2 damage to that.
So 2 damage to that crossing drive means the crossing drive is still alive.
That's good.
No, it's no.
It turns around and opens fire
not a
on
bad
you.
thing.
However, your power went to shields. So
Yeah.
you have 8 shields plus you have 2 shields plus your power, which is 8. So 10 plus your helm, which is 2, so 12.
Cool.
Roll 12, please, for your defensive
Come
roll.
on, whammy. 6. Ooh.
Mama gets a new pair of shoes.
Mama's made of shoes now.
Shoe money tonight.
Shoe mama, her eyeballs are shoes.
We work at a
Kind of horrifying.
What'd you roll?
I really love crafting.
Okay. It opens fire again with the Theralon beam, this time getting through your shields for 1 damage. So that just cut down your shields by 1.
Captain Shields
Aren't
down
our shields
by
only
50%.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Never
don't have
needed
much
them in the
shields
first
left.
place.
Wait, but we
As you loop around towards this vessel one more time, the other 6 Rare Horde vessels, which you were just pulling scans of, are surrounding you in a sphere.
All right, here we go.
They are literally surrounding you and are all about to enter combat at once.
Oh, that's
Great.
nice.
This just went from a sort of like mostly positive scenario to a pretty unwinnable one.
I love it.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'm sure they don't want to.
Are there any?
Oh wait,
there-
John's scan. What were you scanning for?
We were scanning for precisely when those bastards would be on us.
Ah,
but
right now is
hopefully that
probably-
locational data will answer a question.
Yeah.
Which is, of that wreckage of the previous Brightest Eye vessels that have been fucked up in this region, are any of them crossing drive wreckage that are positioned behind our attackers and as far from us as possible?
Forget that. I just
How
want
many
to know
how
where
many
all
how
that
many
is.
how many successes did you roll on that?
1.
Yeah, you don't have that data. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
What's up?
Talk.
Do we have-
Talk, boy.
Do we have any kind of potential technology to shoot off? But Jack, in this game, can you use an EMP to knock out shields?
You don't have EMPs.
Okay, that's why I asked.
Yeah, we're not getting fancy.
Captain.
We beat things to death. Yeah.
Can we not die?
Yeah.
Okay.
Collins behind her.
There's one
Looks back
thing
from
I
her
will-
turret. Can we please not die?
There's one thing I will promise all of you right
Good
now.
idea.
We will not die until every single one of them is blown out of the sky.
I get behind
Can
that.
we
We will
still
die
not
together.
die after
I would
that?
die in a moment for
I
the
can't answer
concordance.
you that.
Are we sure they don't
Build you
want
a
to just?
constellation with a broken crystal.
Are we sure they don't want to just
I'll
have a
take
talk?
it.
I don't think they do talk.
All right, crystals don't talk.
The brain in the jar is like, can we talk to it?
Oh, Nidar.
Into it with your
Murder.
weird
Okay.
fucking
Moving on.
teeth.
Here's what I
Uh,
want. I want to. So we don't know exactly where any of the old Sweaty Sack crossing drives are. The ones that
No,
are
they're
closed in space.
scattered around you, but right now you are much more
Yeah,
immediate
I've got
problem,
a
which
big
is how
problem.
it surrounded you.
Okay.
You know where your crossing drive is.
Yeah, I totally do.
I wonder what he could be suggesting.
What do we do with our?
Now here's what I
crossing
want to do.
drive?
Okay. Here's time for some fun shit. I want. Noble.
Yep.
I want you to fly me straight at the closest ship in that sphere, and I want you to just edge me directly by that. Break me through this sphere if you possibly can, because I don't want to be anywhere close to the middle of it by the time this is over.
Okay.
Let's see. Taka, I want you. We took the shields down on that other one, right?
It has-
Harpoon that thing, and I want it chasing us. I don't want it to bump into any of the other ones, but I want it behind us when this is all done. This is
Great.
going to be a fucking mess. Let's see. Our shields are down by 1.
That's a 50% shield on you.
Jack,
Yeah,
they're
and
closing
there's
us,
6.
right?
That's correct.
6 firing on us.
Yeah. Well, 7.
Right. That's a lot.
Not including the one that you're about to.
Okay. Energy into shields.
Yeah,
I don't
think
want
it's
to
probably
die
a good
today.
idea.
Scanners for defense bolster.
Scanners for defense.
I'm gonna get
pulse.
a-
I'd like you to roll for an. So we
And I
didn't do
wanna
this.
put-
We didn't do this up front. I seeded you guys first level, but now that you're entering combat with 6 new vessels, you have to roll initiative to see if you can go first.
Oh, cool.
Your
Okay.
initiative, as far as
I'm
ship
gonna put
combat is
some willpower into
concerned.
that, just FYI, down the line.
What was that?
I'm gonna put some willpower into this before I roll once it's all done.
Yeah.
Post initiative.
You cannot put willpower into initiative.
No. After initiative, I'm gonna into what the orders I just gave.
Oh, sure. You can
Yeah.
put that in when you're in the final, in the actual stage of putting that roll together. Just remind me that.
Forget because I.
No, it's fine. It's good. Remind me. So, here's what you got to do, man. You got to roll your crew preparation. Every ship has, under combat, crew inspiration and crew preparation. Inspiration is your combat bolster that you're using when you're successful. Preparation is just your initiative bolster. So,
Got it.
You're gonna roll your crew preparation on this ship. That is 1.
Super.
You guys were kind of thrown together. You guys haven't ever served
We're
put
not
together
ready.
before.
Can I aid him in that?
What?
Can I aid him because
No.
I've known him?
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, it's as bad as it gets.
Okay.
Crit miss.
Okay. Crit miss.
Yeah, I roll a 1. Does that matter?
Yeah.
Matters a lot.
Okay.
Can I request a transfer to another ship?
Get yourself onto a boarding
all-
sphere and shoot yourself into space.
All 7 ships open
don't
fire
do that.
on you.
Whoa.
Sweet.
That would be a waste. She could shoot herself at the enemy ships.
Can I do
As far as your orders were concerned, where were you throwing power?
Shields.
Okay, so
I'm not
I need
an
you guys to roll. So again, the general idea here was you're gonna roll for your power, and then you have this whole offensive maneuver you want to do.
Yeah.
In order to know how this whole thing plays out, regardless of initiative, I need you all to roll your bridge merits now.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna put what?
You can't throw this into bridge merits. You can only throw that into
Into
the thing.
afterwards.
Yeah,
Okay.
into the final roll.
So I can't put willpower into my bridge.
That is correct. You cannot.
All right, here we go. No whammies.
What could I throw willpower?
zero's good.
Oh, good.
Any other
All right,
check.
yes.
Like any check that doesn't regard your bridge merit, like this specific one thing check
Yeah.
would be a thing. All I really need to know is, Ray, were you successful?
Yes, 1.
Okay, great. And technically, what you had him do is close, because he's going
right.
towards
He's going
them.
straight at them. Yeah.
So that doesn't add to your defense so much as it adds to your offense. Understood? You'll get two.
Okay,
You'll get 2
It'll
shots
help
off.
with the harpoons.
Yeah, because when you close and were you successful?
Yes.
When you
yeah,
close
she was.
and weapons are successful, your beam weapon, whatever that is for you guys, it's the
Burn
burning
cannon.
gun.
Burn cannon.
The burn cannon can actually be used twice
Cool.
in this round.
Sweet.
Wait.
So you
but
have a
if-
chance to kill 2 ships rather
But
than.
if we're
harpoon and burn cannon?
I was gonna ask, can we do a harpoon and a
No.
burn cannon?
What you can do, however, is
bigger.
just roll for your defense. That is your power, which is 8, plus your shields, which right now sits at 1. So you're
Can
gonna
I
roll.
put willpower into that?
You can.
I'm gonna do 2 willpower into
Okay.
Can I add any evasive maneuvers to help?
No,
Okay.
that. So
because you are currently closing.
8 plus 1
Got
plus 2, right?
Yep.
That's correct. All right.
Yep, so that's 11. In case you guys are terribly confused, I apologize, but, you know, hopefully the story, you're getting the battle, which is the thing that makes sense. This is part of the system that I homebrewed, so it's a little bit clunkier than just like standard White Wolf.
4.
What was that? You got 4? All right, kicker.
It always feels like Jack is talking to someone just over my left shoulder.
Yeah. It's all the people that are just lurking over John. That's great.
That's where the internet lives, man.
That's where the internet is?
Yeah, it's right up there.
Rarehorde opened
Very
fire with their cutting
Go.
beams. 7, 4, that's 11 plus
Cloud that surrounds us all.
16. Okay, what did you roll?
4.
Okay.
Dinky little 4.
It's good to be enough.
Okay. The first blast cuts through your shields.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
We
yeah.
had 1 in shields.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
fine. We're all helm.
It does 4 damage,
Oh.
so it cuts through your shields and takes down 3 of your hull.
Damn,
Yeah.
okay.
The second fire
7. Oh, my God. There's 5.
cuts straight into your engines, destroying your combat maneuvering ability.
Captain Engine's down.
The third shot is a 4.
Yeah.
The third shot cuts at your engines again,
Remember
bringing
when we
your
were
evasive
awesome?
maneuvers down to 1.
Okay.
The fourth shot hits your weapon systems,
No, my baby.
taking your burn cannons down to 2,
God.
down from 15.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
Still
The
only
fifth roll
Captain, I'm not liking this plan anymore.
This plan is perfect.
hits your science station, exploding the science station where it stands. Please roll defense.
Like for him or the ship?
No, for him.
for me.
You know how, like in Star Trek, when suddenly something hits the bridge and
Everybody
like the
goes,
thing, yeah, that just happened to his science station.
Damn.
What number you rolling?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Defense
Defense is
on
1,
the
so I'm definitely
left.
pouring willpower into this. My willpower just says resolve plus composure, which is 3 and 1, so that's 4. So I am gonna put 3 willpower into this.
Okay.
No, I'll put in 2.
Okay.
Let's keep it interesting.
For those of you who don't remember, willpower is a general dice bolster that you can use at any given time to help increase rolls for yourself, like say defense rolls. This is so you're just rolling your normal defense bolster, which is 1 plus that willpower for 2. Is that correct?
Yes.
Great. So 3.
Yes.
Great. What'd you get?
2 successes.
Okay.
That's better than none.
You don't die
All right.
today.
You only
don't
take 1
die
damage.
today.
Yes.
Okay.
Your system explodes and you fall down onto the side of the bridge, but you're still sort of okay. Unlike a Pac-Ha vessel that has like 20 or so people on a bridge, the Brightest Eye vessel has just you guys.
Yeah.
So you fall back from that. The science station is now offline. You are looking right now. You are looking right now at a ship that has disabled science. Almost no weapons. Your power's been cut from 8 to 4. Your combat maneuvers are broken, meaning that your actual offensive maneuver you were planning to do is offline.
So we're just
The only thing, and your hull is down to 3. Your shields are at 0%. What do you do?
Did we harpoon that thing?
No. You've not taken that action. Because your engines just
They went
got
first, they shot the
screwed.
crap out of us.
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
because you're in a completely different situation right now, I'm giving you the opportunity. You can't obviously like reroute your power or reroute your weapons. Like all that stuff's already been done. But in terms of what you as a captain want to do here, I'm giving you an option.
Okay.
By
totally
last
blown.
scan, how close are all the enemy vessels? Like they're pretty fucking close
Yeah,
to us right now.
they're within what we sort of think of this in terms of like long range, medium range, and close range. They're moving from medium into close range right now.
So suffice to say, a detonation of our crossing drive would probably consume at least a fair number of them in the
Theoretically, a detonation of your crossing drive would cause a detonation of the crossing drives that are around you, which would obliterate everything in orbit around the planet.
Done.
Okay,
Good
I
idea.
explained
Okay.
that theory to the captain.
Yeah, that sounds like, oh man,
So-
this is going to be amazing. All right, I want to give like a nice inspirational speech as we're doing this. Is that cool?
Yeah, give one point just so we're totally clear about what you have to do, and then go ahead, give your speech. Here's how this works. Overloading your crossing drive, detonating your core, requires 3 things. The first is you have to go and you actually have to set your crossing core to explode. Somebody needs to stay in that area. That's a manual done. Once it flips, it blows.
I'm
So
not
somebody's
doing
going to
that.
actually need to go down into your engineering, stay there, and do
have a
that.
thousand
2,
people.
you have to reroute the engine systems into the crossing core in order to detonate, or you can do this, you don't have to, in order to detonate all your burn cannons along with the core. What that would do ideally is essentially make this explosion even larger.
Cool.
What you can do that either from here, which will take like 5 turns. It'll take you some time to do, depending on how good your rolls end up being, or you can actually head to outside and like rig it manually, which requires a spacewalk.
Okay.
The third thing you got to do is get the hell off of the ship, and that's a Brightest Eye vessels don't come equipped. Hey guys, Brightest Eye vessels don't come equipped with escape pods. So if you're going to get off this vessel, the only way you're going to get off is using your boarding spears.
Yep.
All right.
So
Ride
that's
the
We've done that.
so that's what's
haven't.
up.
Oh yes, we have.
Okay. How many turns will the spacewalk take?
2.
2 turns on the spacewalk.
Yep.
5 to do it from there.
And
Okay.
within 2 turns, you're going to be looking at V.A.S.T on your vessel.
They're on our.
How's Ray's?
Yeah. Okay. So
Night Art-
How's Ray's telepathic
This is
control?
this
at
is the
point?
most important thing. Yeah. So
Are we able to
if
reach
Nidar
out?
can telepathically control a member of our crew to go out and do the spacewalk,
Does that double
that
their ability?
we'll be
somehow?
fine.
You could
Yeah.
definitely
What about
try
we
that.
have telepath to take over
Okay.
one of their ships?
What's your
Yeah,
role for that,
I
Ray?
think they have brains,
Telepathy's
really.
2. It's not wonderful.
Well, we'd probably be telepathy
Throw some willpower
plus a
into it.
couple other
Throw
things.
some willpower into it too.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you've got a shitload of willpower. All right. So here's what I'm gonna. Yeah. Fucking Christ. All right. Here's what we're gonna do.
Human has a question.
Yeah,
Pilot thing.
Could we have him take over someone else's brain that's flying one of the ships and have him soak all the damage for the next round? Like
Flying what other
They're
ships?
literally
Flying one of the
living crystals. I don't even
Oh no,
Imagine that being a much
Rare cannot be telepathically controlled.
Yeah.
I mean, it may be. Look, you can roll for anything. Nothing is impossible, but you would need an outstanding telepathy roll to do that, and he's only rolling 13, which
mind.
means he would need to roll a really outstanding roll in order to make
Forget
that.
it.
Also,
Never
they're
mind.
I imagine the
crystals in our
distance
brain.
is quite a
Yeah.
problem as well.
Yeah.
Does shields block telepathy?
I think they.
Not really. Like it's conditional. I think
frequency
generally
might
it's a
be
matter
like
of how
psychic
powerful
shields.
the telepathy roll is,
Yeah.
versus how powerful the shields are.
All right.
But
So
no,
we
not
are
in the
going to.
control
All right.
Who's going out?
So I don't care. It doesn't matter. Somebody who knows what they're doing, but not one of us.
You have a like contingent of about 1,000 Brightest Eye or vassal
Amazing.
One
limbs
of those
on this
guys.
vessel. If you want to send a limb
The
out
best
to handle that,
spacewalker.
that's
Can we
probably
send
your
a
best.
bunch
You know what?
so
Actually,
they don't know
There's a
who's
bunch that
doing
are brightest eye.
something?
Yeah, there's a bunch of limb.
But are there any other brightest eye? Anyone with a concordance?
Oh yeah, there's a couple of people with concordance.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
great.
Forget your telepathy. We're gonna do this real quick this way. Okay, so I'm gonna use my concordance to talk to get one of a brightest eye engineers or somebody who's capable enough to do this to go out and do the spacewalk. I'm gonna get another one to go down and start handling the engine room. And get the engineering team to do that. Ray, I need you to also, or sorry, Nidar, I need you to also talk to your team and get them to start rigging that crossing drive up
right.
to blow to high
Sounds
hell.
good.
Okay, so
Overload
that's
the crossing drive.
so that is a couple of checks for you, Max.
Cool. Can I give my awesome speech?
Yes, go for it.
Sweet.
I'm gonna put together your macros.
Let's assume this is awesome. I have no idea if it's gonna be cool. All right, I'm definitely standing in a fiery room. Listen to me today. Nothing has ever incurred on Brightest Eye space since the last Pac-Ha vessel that we sent screaming with its tail between its legs. Even the slate has stopped at our borders. I will not let shiny rocks from some ass end of the galaxy to come in here and take what is rightfully ours. This planet is ours.
Actually, it's like mine, but whatever.
Eye shines bright.
The eye shines
To the
bright.
eye!
Shines bright.
Yay.
We are the Alpha and we are the Omega, and we will take this vessel into the screaming pits of hell if it means that we will win the day.
But we're getting off first.
The eye
We are sure as
outshines
shit
all.
getting off first.
Okay. Okay. Just
Roll
checking.
12 for command. This is your
12
sort
for
of
command.
general command bolster speech. It is a combination of your presence, your expression, your intimidation, and your concordance.
8.
Yes.
Because I'm awesome.
That is a full success. As a result,
Metal.
your teams start to go move to do what they are going to do. You have one team that moves towards the outside of your vessel, heading towards spacewalk. A second team, your engineering team, locks itself inside of the crossing drive section so that they cannot leave. That's your brightest eye engineer because there's only one of them. There's like sort of one like core brightest eye on your ship to handle each of the various sections, and then underneath them are all vassal species. So you end up with one brightest eye outside with a couple of limbs repairing your weapon systems or not rerouting your weapon systems, while the other brightest eye or engineer sticks there with all of those limb in the science area.
Okay.
I'm sorry, in the engineering. As you do this, the Vrerhorde vessels close on your vessel, putting sort of small boarding harpoons inside and starting to board the vessel. You have one turn until they board. What do you do?
Okay.
They've hooked onto the ship, right?
Yes.
Can I do a barrel roll, spin them off?
We have no.
Yeah, your engines are all
Also, we have
right
people
now.
on the outside who would probably fall off.
That's true. That would ruin your spacewalk.
Okay, good.
So,
so we're
they
gonna leave
haven't
the
boarded yet. They're
spacewalk.
in their ship, but they haven't boarded.
Yeah, they're going to board next turn. You have one more action until they board.
Okay. Time to get to the friggin' boarding spears. We're getting the hell out of here. So it's one more turn until they root the burn cannons. How long until the crossing drive's up and running?
A couple turns, like 2.
Okay.
Question, can I fire the boarding spears while being on one?
You can remotely. They can be remotely activated.
Okay. Just
Yeah.
checking.
Right. We can set a timer.
I think
Okay.
Captain, I'm gonna autopilot this to make sure it crashes into that ship coming
Yeah.
toward us.
There's that one Verhorn ship that has the exposed crossing drive.
Yep.
Aim for it. Autopilot, aim for that.
Roll a helm check, please.
Oh, okay.
That is.
I don't need anything fancy. I just need a
That's
straight
16?
line shot.
Okay.
What's up?
I don't need anything fancy. I just need a straight line shot into that
Yeah.
damn thing.
Okay. That. 15. All right. Suspense, everybody. Whoop.
Oh.
Thank God I need that one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then last one.
Dylan, I'm gonna rain on your parade. Actually,
What?
that's a 6, not a 9.
Oh, that's a 6. All right. Honesty is key.
Aw, thanks, guys.
We're here for you.
Stay honest.
If we're gonna die, we're gonna die.
I'm gonna
Die,
put I'm gonna add
with
2 willpower
integrity.
into this
Okay.
because this is what that needs.
You are each all now, because we are in the middle of a like life or death scenario, you are all going to roll for composure.
Composure.
2 more.
This is a thing that will generally happen in my game. It's
One.
essentially a social defense.
Don't forget
They
that.
are in the middle of a pretty bad situation, and so they're going to have to roll to make sure that they don't freak out too much.
What are we rolling?
You are rolling, Jody. You actually don't roll on this because
Oh, look at
your composure and empathy brings you to a 0, meaning you have nothing to roll on this. Let's just assume that from here on out, Taka is freaking out.
I really don't want to die in space.
You never wanted to leave your
hate
planet in the
space.
first freaking place.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna die on this stupid starship.
And then the planet might also blow up, so
I'm gonna grab.
fuck everything.
As I'm doing this, I'm gonna try and grab her and throw her in a pod. 'Cause she
Not
doesn't know
yet.
what
She needs to.
I have to
find
fire
these
them,
damn
or
spears.
set them to
Yeah,
After.
hold on.
And it's, yeah, the
Pet,
spear,
do not
not
get
a
ahead of
pod.
yourself, or I swear to God, the fucking 3 of the 4 limbs.
And then
you
you're
got
call me
gonna roll
Pet.
2 for composure, please.
I thought I was 3 for composure.
You are 2 for composure, please.
Okay.
And
Jack, that's
What am I for
7.
composure?
and Nidar, you are
4. Not nearly enough for you and me.
Actually, 3.
you are 7 for composure,
7.
please.
All right. I get
Yeah, give me that tolerance for
Jack, I rolled
chaos.
a 7, by the way.
Great. So, Noble Defender, you're holding it together pretty well. Taka, you can see, is starting to sort of like shake.
All the limbs are flailing in
Yeah.
every direction.
Crazy dance.
Can I mentally take her over to calm her down?
I rolled a 7 for maneuver.
great
For
idea.
maneuver.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was for your composure. I'm sorry.
No, 7 for the
If she ever needs
maneuver.
to do
Great.
anything,
So
it's
the maneuver is going to be successful, but I need you to roll for your 10 for your composure.
Okay,
Yeah,
and I've
can
got
the
tolerance
brain-
for chaos.
I know.
What kind of cats
10
are
for
they?
composure.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, okay.
Can the brain in
Okay,
the jar
that's not
calm me
bad,
down?
right?
That's. We're going to look at that. Max,
Oh, wait. That's
do you roll your composure?
No, I don't know what it is.
Sorry, I thought I called it out. You are going to roll 3 for composure. Ray.
My tolerance
I got
for
a
chaos
3.
doesn't help.
Okay. It does.
Ugh.
I got
3.
a 1.
Because I'm Baus.
What'd you get?
3.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
So, because it's a 3 out of 3, you're not going to freak out, even though it's a low, it's a low success. What'd you roll?
3.
Okay. So, you pick up pretty immediately both Infinite Seeker, who clearly isn't used to combat scenarios, and Pac-Ha, who clearly does not want to die in space, are both starting to freak out.
Great.
That's going to sort of limit their ability to actually like maneuver for the next couple of rounds and actually get to the damn systems unless you do
So we
something.
should definitely take over. Mentally calm them down.
So I need forget him. Psychically control her. She's the one who actually needs to do something. The science station exploded. What use is my science officer?
I can.
Captain,
Jack,
I agree. I am of no use to you. And the Concordance, this ship is being flooded with attackers. I have a suggestion.
Okay, I'm going to explain a plan, and I'm 100% sure that there will be science people out there on the internet that will correct me.
do it quick,
But
because the thing's
as
going
I
down.
understand, colloidal crystal melts when exposed to extreme cold.
Sure.
So, if I get down to the engine
Melts.
room and leak the coolant into the
Engine room's
hallways of the
sealed
ship,
shut.
Captain?
Yeah, the engine room's sealed shut.
Engine room sealed
any other
shut
way
with
for me to
blowing
leak the
core.
coolant in the ship?
Yeah. We can
Sure.
say that like if you head down, there's probably like coolant. What do you call it? Like bypass systems, like areas where the coolant would actually like hit intersections. You can get to one of those and blast the coolant.
Great, I'm going to freeze
coolant
these
must
fuckers, and they're
flow.
going to melt.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
Ship's getting closer.
So, Infinite Seeker, unable to help out in any capacity that your captain respects, you move to the hallways to try to actually like blow the coolant systems. Is that
Captain,
correct?
That's awesome.
to the Concordance, as we are all able to serve.
Yeah,
Good luck. Survive. The eye shines bright.
Yeah, it shines
bright.
bright.
And Infinite Seeker disappears into the hallway. The 4 of you are left on the bridge. What do you do?
Quick question.
Yeah.
Since the Concordance taps into everybody and there's all this awesome music and art and shit that goes through it, can we play him some sweet music to die to?
Oh yeah!
Yes!
I dig that. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. That's how awesome that
I want
is.
like brightest eyes ode to joy, like whatever that
Yeah.
is.
So
Like,
the
what do you
Concordance
mean,
connects
slow
again
motion?
to their sort of governmental system. The Concordance allows you to funnel all kinds of information, music, art. It's how everything is shared in the brightest eye. So
Are we rocking out to it?
you send it.
Is it a ballad?
So you send a thing out to the brightest eye, to the fathers and the mother. You send a special request to your father.
Yeah.
Because as we will learn soon, he has one of the fathers is not just a father, but actually, partisan teacher's father. You send a special request through to them to pipe in your favorite ballad.
Now, is
And,
this something that only the brightest eye species can hear, the vassal species can't hear?
That is correct. You are not plugged into the
This
Concordance.
might
we are
actually
not-
helped me calm down, but oh well.
Yeah, and yet.
No, Nidar's gonna do that.
So all of a sudden that pulls in. Do you want Nidar to help her out?
Yes,
Nidar
we
needs
need
to
to calm her
calm her
down.
Jack, can I help? I rolled a 4
For what?
for composure.
His composure.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Can I say something to Max
gonna
right before I?
brain
Okay.
I thought you just did.
Good.
I mean,
Jamie.
it's up to you. Like,
Yeah, I'd like to keep going.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
we'll cruise.
All right, what am I rolling?
All right, so Ray, you are going to roll for
Roll
telepathy empathy, which is 10.
10. Ooh,
Empathy.
shoot.
Empathy.
Didn't happen.
Sorry, we lost music. I just had an iPad power cycle, but we'll get that right back up for y'all.
It's a moment of silence for our fall.
A moment of silence for our fallen
science
companions.
officer.
10,
Yeah.
right? There's
The roaches.
10.
Yep, 10 die.
All right, here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, that's fine.
Here we go.
I remember him well before he was sprayed with the can of Raid.
Looking pretty good. Not as good. I just looked at
Not
those
as
dice right at the
good.
beginning.
Me too. I have a 3.
Okay, so that's going to help her regain like 1 dot of composure.
One of
So
her
essentially,
wins.
yeah.
One of her wins.
One of the
need.
you're still in a daze to Ka, but you can at least stumble at this point. As the brain in the jar, as Nidar floats up out from the middle of the bridge where normally he stands, his sort of pod is on little like R2
Yeah.
rockets, right? And it floats up above into the middle of the bridge and reaches out one little tendril out of its little pod, and it sort of wraps itself around your shoulder to like calm you.
It's touching me.
I don't know if that would calm me.
It's great.
You and Krang were roommates.
Bang! Bang! All around your ship, all of a sudden, hull starts popping off. The V.A.S.T Horde have entered your vessel.
Oh,
This
no.
is bad. This
The
is bad.
concordance
We should go,
informs
we
you
should
that the
go.
ship is
Bad,
nearly
bad.
ready to explode, but one of the V.A.S.T Horde actually smashes in through the opposite hallway from the hallway that Infinite Seeker just left out of, and so you end up you sort of have a choice now. You can either face down this like 4.5 foot tall floating crystal monster that just entered your bridge, or you can try and escape to your pods.
Have the pods even been set yet? No, right? We
No,
haven't
that's
even-
me.
No, that's up to her.
She's freaking out.
Can I?
She's composed enough that she can attempt the check.
Yeah, okay.
It's just gonna be hard for her.
So I'm just gonna bark crazy orders while I'm like running at this goddamn thing because I'm gonna smash that.
I can
fucking
shoot
crystal
that thing, too.
pieces. I'm gonna use my bull rush.
Okay, you want to go into combat with the deal?
So first, I'm just gonna bark some orders. Pac-Ha, let me try and do this in character. This one here. Lim, get those boarding spears ready because I have no intention of dying today, and I'm sure as shit you don't either.
No,
if you want
no,
to get back to
no,
your planet
no.
in one piece, get it
No.
together and fire them off
Okay,
on our mark. I want
okay.
timers ready for when we're all on that, because if we die up here, I swear to God, it'll be on your conscience.
This isn't helping.
I don't care. I'm mean. I'm super mean.
Calm down.
I'm gonna bull rush that thing.
On your conscience
hold on.
in hell. So we're gonna do a couple of things here. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna roll a simple PvP combat scenario. This is a you versus this,
Crystal monster.
or not PvP, but player versus NPC combat. That's gonna be you against this V.A.S.T. Meanwhile, the only other roll that needs to happen here is to Ka, you are going to roll a computers roll to get that
Oh wait, that's not tactical.
thing rigged.
kill
No,
it.
it's going to be your wits plus your. I'm going to hold on a second while I'm actually going
I'm
to.
really glad I'm not
I
rolling.
have a -3 in computer.
I know. I'm going to give you a 1 in computers because I feel like that's an oversight.
If Nobles put this on autopilot, can I go help her?
Do you want to run over and help her?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
it's on
do that.
autopilot, and I have 2 in computers.
Great. So you're going to run over and help her out with that.
So it's changed my computer to a 1. You said?
Yeah, I've got you. Hold on a second. So that's your wits, your computers. I'm going to throw your fast reflexes into this.
Great.
And so you're going to roll 5, Taka, but Defender,
Yeah.
you are going to roll a bolster roll, just the same roll essentially. And you guys basically your successes get added
Cool.
to like the degree of success adds 1, 2, 3, etc.
And this is the
to what she
main boarding
does.
spears roll. Okay, I'm gonna add one more. I'm gonna add 1 willpower. To
Hold on a
that.
second. I haven't told you what to roll yet, Dylan.
Oh, Sky, so it's fine.
No problem.
Just get your hand limber up though.
That's right. Got the dice.
Okay, roll 6, please.
Done.
All right, how'd you do, Taka?
Oh, I was saying I was gonna put 1 willpower in. So
Got it, do it.
I'm also gonna roll 6.
Yep. Taka has low willpower, so she really needs to choose when she uses it.
I got 2.
No, that's a
Nope,
9.
3.
All right, that's a minor success. What do you got?
I got 2.
Okay, so that doesn't add anything to her.
Okay.
But with that minor success, you are starting to get it done. However, it is going to take a couple of rounds to get this thing done, meaning that your captain has to settle up in this round. Nidar, you also have a move in this round.
Great, great.
What do you want to do?
Let's see. Who can I? Is there anyone
Yeah,
else
I'm
I
not
can?
even thinking about you guys anymore. You guys
What?
do what you're
Is
gonna
there anyone
do.
else I can help out mentally with my mental?
You make me better at computers.
You can continue to try to
Let's try
calm.
that.
You
Let's
can
do
continue
that.
to try to calm her.
Let's try to calm her down some more so she can do her job better.
Yep.
This isn't even my job.
So Nidar,
Wait,
roll, or you can take control of her and use your wits and computers
Wow.
to do
Let's
it.
see what do
What
I
are
compare.
Because your computer roll is a 5, a
pretty shit.
6.
Oh, your wits are great though.
I have an empathy of 4.
Yeah, your roll's a 6, so it's slightly better than hers, but not much better.
Not much better. Maybe
Yeah.
I just bolster.
Okay.
Yeah,
What do I
that's
do?
good.
So roll 10 for telepathy empathy,
All right.
please. And Max,
Yeah.
I need you to roll your initiative.
Right, which was crap, right? Oh, it's 5. It's not that crap.
All right, here we go.
Yep, your initiative is 5.
Yeah.
Here we go. No Alex.
2.
Okay, it has first combat. Go ahead and roll your defense.
My defense is terrible.
Yep.
Is it just the 1?
It
Okay.
is the 1 plus the. Are you planning on like bull rushing him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big
So yeah,
time.
so you're not going to dodge or anything. So yeah, it is
No,
just
no,
your
okay.
1, and then your armor soaks.
Okay. Yeah, I'm crazy.
Yep, go it.
Crazy.
Do it.
Fail. But not terrible. Regular roll.
What'd you roll?
A 6.
fail.
Just, yeah. So I didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't get anything?
No.
Okay, got it.
But I didn't crit this.
It's all right. You didn't crit. Yay.
As per usual.
Your carapace armor, so they rolled a 3. Your carapace armor soaks 2 of that damage, and as a result, you only take 1 damage.
All right.
All right.
And you hadn't taken any damage yet, right?
No.
Got it. Cool. Great. So as a result, you are now, you basically run towards the thing, and as you bull rush it, it fires a radiation beam out of itself, like an energy sort of surges out. It pushes radiation at you. You dodge. It just like crisps across your shoulder.
Didn't need the shoulder.
Yeah. Screw it.
How many shoulders you
As
have?
you move in on it, so you're gonna bull rush.
Yeah.
Okay. Bull Rush is a special attack that Brightest Eye have as a result of a merit that they take on called Natural Warrior. What it allows is for you
That's
to add
what he
your.
is.
What it allows is you're gonna be rolling whatever kind of attack you want, but you're gonna be able to add your speed to that attack.
Cool.
What are you attacking with?
Well, why not just go crazy? Can I do my claw swipe too?
Last way.
No, you can only do one or
Okay,
the other.
only one of these
Yes.
badass moves. All right, well then I'll use my carapace sword and just. come down
Okay, that is
hard
a
on this
weaponry
mother.
check. You are going to attack with your sword.
Yeah. Unless my hand-to-hand's not better, right? I mean, I've got heavy hands.
We can do that math later, but you just got to make a call from a story
Do
perspective.
the sword, it's fine.
Awesome.
I'm just coming in, and I just want to, overhand swing. I want to
Yep.
smash this thing on the floor of my friggin' bridge.
Yep. That is your
Make everyone
strength.
get necklaces out of it.
That is your strength and your weaponry and your.
I need some new jewelry for my girlfriend.
Cubic zirconia.
To be clear, she really likes crystal. It's
So
funnier
let's
if
see.
you know her.
16.
Not amethyst.
Because your sword check is 5, but you have a speed of 11, so you're gonna roll 16, please.
Damn.
Cool.
I mean, those
and plus my
cockroaches
strength or
skitter
no?
pretty fast.
No, that's
even
not-
with
I've already
carrying
that's already been
swords.
factored.
Cool.
It's my brother. It's cool.
God, it's terrible. 4.
That's still.
Okay, so you you swing sword at essentially
adopted.
pulling from your back a sword made from the very carapace of a dead Brightest Eye.
Yes.
You pull the sword, swing it around as you do, your many legs chittering as you sort of lunge towards the crystal. You sweep across it, and all your first swipe does is run a really gnarly little crack across the side of it for 1 damage.
Brother, you need a hand?
Nope, keep doing your job.
All right. I've lost power to the music. I apologize. We're going to just keep going.
That's okay. We're they've been boarding, they're knocking out our systems.
Yeah. The whole ship sort of shakes now. This whole ship is not going to last more than a couple of rounds now. You have 1 round until your engineering is ready to go, but your tactical is right up
I have a
against it.
question.
Yes.
Can I use listen and go into my ancestral memory, because this is about my homeworld? It's being attacked. Maybe that would help me be focused enough to actually get the shit done, so we can
cool.
Absolutely, you
again,
can.
I want to save the
Character
trees.
stuff.
Fuck all the people. Save the trees.
So.
Can that be the
Limb
easiest
have
mission
every character in every species in our game has what's called a species merit. The Limb have what is called listen. Listen is sort of if you've seen Star Trek, think of the Elarians from Star Trek. It's a general feeling of space-time fabric. It's kind of a meditative deal. When they're on their planet, they're very attuned to their planet, and as a result, are really attuned to space-time. So they can access their ancestral memory and kind of meditate on that.
Also, I'm like a lion cat.
So that is
baby.
Which is
so that's
weird.
like your composure roll, but it's going to apply your listen on top of that. So just go ahead and roll 5, please.
Well, 0.
Oh man, Pac-Ha.
We are not doing great in this
I did
space.
roll.
I don't
wait,
like
Overwhelming
space!
danger.
Pac-Ha's freaking out. Pac-Ha's not having a good time.
I did roll a mental. Remember that?
Oh yeah. What'd you get?
I got 5.
Seriously?
Yeah, that was before you.
All right.
that was-
Then we're gonna
So-
then we're gonna call that your check.
Okay.
So what, as you're sort of freaking out again, Nidar reaches out to you with yet more little tentacles, and it's just sort of holding on to you.
Where is HR on this shit?
And you
dead.
find yourself
HR's
feeling
the
more and more confident, more and more sure of yourself. The computer kind of lenses in. You really understand how to do this, and all of a sudden, click, click, snack, boom. All right, boom. it's ready to go.
That was
So you have 1 turn to move towards the spikes before everything goes bad. What do you do?
That's exactly what we're doing.
Run towards the
Okay,
spikes.
run for your goddamned lives.
Where did we aim the spikes?
Each of you
at the planet. One
I assumed
planet.
everything else is
Okay.
exploding. So.
each of you roll speed, please.
Okay.
You'll find speed under your personal traits on your character sheet.
I'm very fast.
Yeah, you and me are gonna get out of here. Fine.
Speed. Oh, all right.
Someone's got to
How's
grab
your
the
speed?
brain.
I
Crap.
don't know what speed.
I guess I had my.
Oh, look
11.
at that.
Pretty good.
And
I have 7 speeds, so I must be
I'm
able to
13
okay.
now.
cruise
Oh,
somehow.
so you
hey, Infinite Seeker,
flick around.
That's you.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
you're gonna roll an engineering roll for me.
Excellent.
All right.
Or no, a computer's roll. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. You're just out in the hallways.
17.
Crystals like a madman.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to do that on the phone.
That's fine.
Also,
This is so you've now run down as they are all on the bridge dealing with the chaos, about to get over to their
7.
spikes. You have made your way actually like down the hallway to one of these areas. You pop the thing open. Verhort are closing in all around you. They're burning your back. They're burning your arms. They're burning your legs. It's bad all around, man. But you have 1 chance to pop these guys off with this roll.
Do it.
So brightest eye of you.
9.
Okay. How are your speed checks?
5.
7.
5.
5.
Okay. So
Brain in a jar.
Pac-Ha, you leap out, like you're basically like, they're ready! And you leap out and like Spider-Man across the bridge, landing on the other side of the bridge towards your weapons pod, which then, like, it's like a chute, just shoves you right into one of those things.
Everyone for
You, like,
themselves,
got
fuck
it
y'all!
You're like, let's go!
Save the trees!
And you run off. I'm gonna say you pull Nidar with you because he's already sort of like on your backpack. So,
Come along, brain.
whoa, and the brain in the jar is suddenly banging down the corridor.
Sloshing everywhere.
Noble Defender, you're heading the same way when you see Visionary Destroyer get caught in the pincer of one of these things. Essentially, the crystal opens up and a large sort of like the angels in like Evangelion, like a large like pincer comes up and just grabs one of your legs, holding you in place. Roll defense.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Fly me to the moon.
Defense is huge. My defense is crap. It's 1.
Weirdly, that's the music
Let's
I'm
be
playing.
Success.
Success.
Like on Jupiter and
Shitty
Mars.
success.
Brightest eye. What the hell?
All right.
Here.
What do you
Single
got?
success, because I roll 1 die.
You got 1 success?
Crazy. Yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
One
all I
out
need.
of 1 out of 1.
There you go.
1 is all you need.
At this
Okay.
exact moment.
It holds you in place for this round and does 2 damage as
No.
it grips down on your leg.
Okay.
Okay. How close am
How's
I?
your-
You're the only other person in the room.
I quick draw. I quick draw
Oh, yeah.
my sword.
Cut the fucking leg off.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Cut my leg
That's
off.
what I'm doing.
Right now.
And I did.
Do they grow back? Or you
grow
can-
back.
you
No,
can-
they don't. Cut it off. I don't care.
brother, you remember that one time that you threw me against a rock and you were angry and broke my leg?
I do.
I'm getting even.
Good enough.
Okay, roll your so Noble
What am I
Defender.
rolling?
Your sword. I was like, I love you because you just
roll.
pick what you're gonna roll and just do it.
I'm just fucking.
I know, right? Well, you have fighting
I don't
finesse.
need numbers.
You have fighting finesse with subs your strength out for your dex, so it's gonna be your dex plus your weaponry.
Sweet.
Plus
even better.
that fighting finesse, plus your off-world spirit. You're gonna roll 12, please.
I need numbers.
Need more dice
There we
here.
go. All right, 5. 5.
You need more?
You have to update my character design.
Here we go.
It's true. We're gonna have to cut a leg off, assuming this works.
Put a robot one on. That's
Yeah, oh, it's definitely having robot legs.
Fuck yes. We're even. All right.
Yeah, it's good.
That's a 4. I got 4.
Okay.
Or 5. That was an 8. Got a 5.
Got a 5.
I got a 5.
All right. So that is going to do 5 damage to Visionary Destroyer, bringing the
limb?
damage. Bringing the damage threshold up to 8. Doesn't kill him, but it severely wounds him. What it does is it actually cuts off his leg.
Yes.
So as you cut off the leg and grab onto each other, over at the bypass, as you feel the last life sucked out of your body, you smash that cold.
Yeah.
and the coolant tanks explode out into the ship. Every rare horde around you freezes and explodes all of a sudden. As you in the bridge are running towards that pod, that same coolant flows into the bridge, filling the bridge entirely. Roll for speed. Now keep in mind...
Throwing willpower into this.
Yeah, keep in mind you are down 5 on your speed, so you are going to roll 6 for speed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm gonna throw 2 willpower into this.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I do. I have
And then
3 more
Noble Defender,
willpower.
you're rolling
I'm not
11 for
gonna die
speed
today.
plus whatever you add.
Can I put 2 willpower into that?
You can.
Sweet. Because I am just battle crazy right now.
Go for it.
Bleeding out like a lunatic.
Go for it.
There we go.
Crazy for
Yep.
murder.
Yep.
Hey, that was a success.
Good
Bonus.
one.
So
Wow,
that was
terrible.
10 plus those 2. Good.
No, that's a 1.
Meanwhile, I'm in the pod, like, where are they? What's going on? Up there?
Yeah, you land in the thing. Nidar's with you. You're both like, oh god, did we lose everybody else? Are we the only survivors?
6.
6?
6.
2.
All right.
Can I grab him?
You are grabbed.
Good.
You're already there.
So you would not make it out without him. As you guys make it to
Sounds
the
a lot like our whole relationship.
I know, right? As you guys make it to the
Again.
pod, the coolant fills the entire area. You hear the rare horde behind you scream at a pitch you never knew existed. Your senses go nuts. You guys fall down that chute, and as you finally land, you fall essentially on top of Pac-Ha and Nidar. The 4 of you packed deep inside this one single sort of spiked torpedo.
Bleeding on you guys.
Ow.
As it explodes away.
Cockroach blood
The obliterating
is
fire
all
makes
over us.
good then on its namesake, exploding in violent colors as your spike strikes away from it at full speed towards the limb world. Behind you, those 7 rare horde scream in the silence of space. And inside your mind, Max, as literally 1,000 people put in your protection, vassals and brightest eye of the concordance who scream in your mind,
Mine too.
fill your head. Every sense. As you bleed from a leg that will never grow back. You know your name can no longer be partisan teacher. For today, you were neither. Now, who are you?
Can I go out over the concordance and talk to all the brightest eye?
Yep.
All right.
And this is as you are plummeting down, as it like time slows down and the brightest eye concordance comes together to understand what's just happened above Limworld.
I have watched as the lives of my own and my enemies burned in the darkness of space, lit only by their own fires, like motes of dust in the light. I have seen utter chaos and death incarnate above me in the sky as I'm drawn towards the earth. Today, a vision of destruction has been burned into my eye for the rest of my life. I can never be a partisan teacher again. Today, I am a visionary destroyer.
And so it is. 5 years later. The Great Battle of Limworld was the last battle between the Rare Horde and the Brightest Eye, or indeed between the Eye and any other species military. The name Visionary Destroyer now rings through the Brightest Eye Concordance, which is the digital implant system, as we've talked about, used to organize and communicate between the individual Eye. You've flown missions throughout the Eye in the years since, but have spent an equal amount of time on the Brightest Eye homeworld, Pupil, which is where you find yourself now. Your father's place, Visionary Destroyer, on this world is much larger than most Eye, housing your 15 brothers and sisters, 30 service limbs, 1 mind, a tongue attendant, and Noble Defender.
And a pet.
You've been offline, which is considered asleep to the Eye, in the dark of your room. It's been 5 years since this battle. What are you dreaming about?
Oh, space.
The final frontier. I mean,
I dream I'm a human dude in a yellow suit.
What?
Actually,
Yeah,
this might help.
perfect
I was
there.
wondering, is it possible, could Infinite Seeker have left you last words in the concordance?
if you like what.
Yeah. I have no reason you wouldn't have been
Am
able
I
to just
hearing
be
this because
doing
I
it
have
while you were dying.
concordance?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
hearing all this. Okay.
I devoted my life to knowledge, to the pursuit of higher things. Patrician,
You
Partisan.
are still partisan.
you are not a good man, but the mother willing, I think you may be an effective one. Avenge our deaths, punish our enemies, destroy all that stands between us and Providence.
Oh man, we're gonna be a real speechifying crew.
I mean, you have to,
Your crew are big for speeches, except for Takao, who's big on being freaked out.
Just like sass, just like.
yeah, a lot of,
What am I doing?
you guys are-
sarcasm
you
is a
guys are
shield.
terrible.
Indeed. And shields went down.
Yeah, pretty crap.
The darkness of space.
Yeah, space. Because the slate surrounds the eye, right? Mm-hmm. So like,
Fully.
so I'm dreaming of distant space beyond the slate. Something I have no idea what it looks like, right? Just like totally unthinkable, endless depths of black.
And when you head out into that infinite black, you are suddenly awoken. It is the tongue that is known as humble attendant. You've known this thing your whole life. It stands with deference at the door of the dark room where you go offline. You're essentially your bed chamber as far as this is concerned, though it's all kind of organic and weird inside of it. The brightest eye don't live in organic. It's not like cockroaches where they're just like living in trash, right? They have really gorgeous, they have like really gorgeous, buildings and structures. But there are certain things that they keep from their most ancient ways, and one of those is that they sort of sleep in these cocoon.
He lives in a
Lots of corrugated
I
cardboard.
was hoping we'd be a
well-
literal garbage ship.
He lives in a.
It's just a whole bunch of cardboard that they stole
Crap.
from other species when they were living under their floorboards.
I'm reading the Times from March 5th.
Eat us.
Humble attendant is a very thin, very thin tongue, big grin like all the tongue do. Walks in,
Creepy fuckers.
very deferent. Visionary destroyer.
Get over with it. I don't have time.
I'm sorry to wake you and bring you online, but your Father Seven, seemed troubled when he too came online this morning. There has been nothing that we have read from our sources on the Concordance, but I am concerned very much about peace and security in the Eye, as are many of the vassals here, sir.
Where's my father?
He has gone to meet with the other fathers and the mother.
When?
This morning, he has been gone for some hours.
I'm gonna get on the concordance and see if anyone who's gotten to this meeting will answer.
Go ahead and roll. This is a concordance roll.
Also, I forgot to say, one of the cats from the other ship really liked your speech.
Oh, yeah. That's right, cats. Coming for you. And it's gonna be all speeches
Wait, we
from
can't
here on
check
out.
this.
Yeah, I asked to the wind, are the Pac-Ha saying really nice things or really mean things?
Oh,
Who
man.
knows?
Really being so
Yeah,
They're probably being really nice.
They're
So
trying
nice.
to like keep.
That makes me hate
Like,
them
guys,
even more.
They're so good. We will never stop
Love
trying to
the
murder
cat.
you.
Good job. Good for you.
All right.
So this is this is just your
I am
resolve.
going to write so many things ahead of time for when we kill them. I'm like, okay, and then I
Speech
stand
number
over.
17.
We have a lot
Let me
of
pull
death
this up.
speeches ready.
I mean, I bet I could
How did
learn
they
a
die?
lot
Did they die
from their
burning?
dissection.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. It's going to be sweet speech, and then it's just like off to you.
Your concordance check is relatively low. It's a 5. Just so you know, it's made of your resolve, your academics, because that's where your academics come from. It's also, in this particular case, boiling in politics. Generally, politics is the politics of your given species, not other species, so it would be a political role. Your empathy, which is a -1, and your actual concordance merit. So you're only rolling 5 die.
Got it.
Does that bug you?
Actually, my empathy is also -1.
Oh, pun game. Yeah, we're not the most empathetic crew on Earth.
Oh, my empathy's also a -1.
A
Fascinating.
2.
Empathy?
Oh, you,
Does anyone
you
have an
empathy
empathy that's not -1?
Our pilot.
I got a 3.
Nidar's like super
Nidar.
empathetic
I've got
and
a 3.
understanding.
Empathy for Miles.
He is the heart of this
Wait.
whole show.
No, he has
wait.
more.
I've got 4.
Ooh.
How much do you have?
He's a human
Man,
3.
you guys are so
Damn.
nice.
So we're pretty
care.
nice.
Humans, you're so touchy-feely.
Good guy. And a brain.
We're gonna have
so-
to tell him like take a break when we go do murders.
You guys have private.
Take a break.
Pairing
We're gonna do some
parties.
murders.
Get a cup of coffee, come back and.
All right, so he looks at you.
I'm part of the concordance and I care. Hi.
He sort of waits for you as you scan the concordance. All you find is a standard block around the fathers and the mother. This generally happens when the fathers and the mother are discussing something of importance. They will actually put up a sort of civilian block so that none can access their deliberations. At this point, that sort of like, think of it as a node of the concordance. That node is cut off from the rest of the server.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna reach out to Noble on the concordance as well, and
Just wear like a little collar.
I think it's here probably.
Okay.
I think it's built in you, right?
Is it like
Well,
a collar?
It wasn't a collar. I think it was put in underneath the
So,
shirt.
Noble Defender, you don't need to sleep. You sleep at like regular intervals, so
Okay.
this is sort of like the middle of the daytime, as it were. You find yourself on a different cycle than most Brightest Eye. You do like a nocturnal sort of sleep cycle, the same way biologically a human does.
Right. It's not
Do
all
you?
human.
So you have a few things from your parents. You have the clothes on your back. You have your father's jacket.
Yeah.
You have
But I don't
what
know,
else?
I don't know if it's my dad's, right?
Well, yeah, it's whoever was with whoever.
Right.
Yeah, you have an adult male jacket.
Yeah, I didn't know if.
That fits a human.
Could be anybody's.
Exactly. Yeah, who knows who that guy was?
Remember when we were kids and I kept trying it on?
What else do you have from them?
A couple things. I found a poster or something. I found a glass case of something who I believe is the king of my species, and he's all decked in red, and I designed my hair like him. I think, from what I was told by Father 7, they downloaded some information that was left from my species, and I don't know who exactly that is, but they're like little clips of things. So I've watched them. I have them on what normally people would have as photographs or photos. I just have those clips kind of playing, and I can tell them to stop. Kind of the equivalent to TV, but I don't know what TV is, so it just kind of plays a little bit. And that's kind of, I don't have too many more trinkets. I think I have like maybe a die or something little small, a necklace.
Meta now.
So man in red, super cool hair. You think he's the king of your species.
I do.
You have that in a little box.
Yeah.
And then you have a series of like general like clips and little bits and pieces. And those clips are of what exactly?
The clips are, I don't know, there's this guy that looks like me, and he's fighting off a horde of people, and he's swinging this thing around his head, and he's jumping off of a I don't know, it has lights coming off of it, and he's shooting this thing, and I'm not sure what that is. And then the king of my species, I see him in this striped shirt with black pants, and I see him, and he's kind of dancing or something. I don't know. And I think he's probably talking to all my people. And I'm not sure.
Get up and dance on
Your,
this table so bad.
your people are very strange.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just kind of, I'm doing that, and I'm also learning about the concordance more and more, and studying all I can about this earth.
Okay, so you have a small room in this very, very large house, but it's kind of the equivalent again of like a doghouse. Like you have like it's like a little room. It's just enough for your stuff, enough for a little cot. But you, being not an actual like full-fledged member of the Concordance, the Brightest Eye doesn't really like direct your actions. So you have a little bit more say of what you do during the day. So when Visionary Destroyer calls you, I wanna know what you're doing. Generally, I figure there's kind of like 4 things that you would be able to, be doing on a sort of regular day in a Brightest Eye civilization here on Pupil.
I'm going for a walk.
Yeah. So you going for a walk would essentially involve walking along these sort of larger public works projects that exist all over the Pupil. The Brightest Eye are very engaged with public works. That's in a lot of ways their signature achievement. Their planets are built up and up and up with bridges and cities and levels of bridges and levels of cities. They've literally built bridges that they've built orbital orbital bridges. They've built all kinds of incredible engineering feats that would normally not be achievable, but with their intense unity, they've been able to do some really amazing things. So I figure, yeah, you're walking along essentially the equivalent of a massive park.
Yeah.
And below you would see them constructing the next level of a city. It'll be done in about 100 years for the brightest eye that will be that then will be alive to entertain and to enjoy.
Right.
As you walk, you receive a message via the concordance from Visionary Destroyer.
Noble.
Brother?
Father seems to have gone offline for an unusually long amount of time. Humble servant? Is that his name? What was it?
Attendant.
The humble attendant. Humble attendant has told me he's concerned. Normally when it comes to this stuff, I'm not the one Father talks to. Has he said anything?
Well, it's kind of when I went for a walk. He said he needed to talk about something very important, and he said it'd be good if I went out and looked at the sky. You know how he speaks in riddles sometimes.
What the hell is that supposed to
I
mean?
don't know. I don't know. But it's nice out. Glad you're awake.
I'm
Been a
not.
while.
I dreamed of the stars and the darkness. I'd like to be back there
What did you dream then?
when I was offline.
Huh.
Tired of this planet.
As you stand, I figure you have a cybernetic replacement for that limb.
Mm-hmm.
Is that cool?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's super cool.
Well, look, if you wanted to keep the limb as just like a stump to remind yourself, you're kind of metal. Like if you were
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's true. That would be cool, too. But no, cybernetic limb, I think.
So that
be made of
comes
metal.
online and cricks you around the
made of a
room.
gun.
There's a gun.
Humble attendant
Leg.
is still chilling there, just waiting for you in case you need anything.
Yeah, I don't even look at that guy.
Okay.
Do you want to meet?
Yeah.
Where, ask Humble Attendant where Father is.
Father's with the mother. I reached
Oh.
out over the concordance and it's blocked off. He's been there for a long time.
Do you want to eavesdrop?
Yes.
That may not be necessary. Suddenly, a massive crisis wave.
Become like 10-year-olds again. It's like, hey man, you want to sneak into Dad's office?
Sneaking into Dad's office?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, yes.
Actually, no.
Yes.
You wanna head over towards the mothers and the father? You guys want to try that out together?
Yes.
All right, cool. Then yeah, let's do that. So as you guys head out towards the Great Spire, at which which sort of is the highest building here,
I'm riding it, by the way.
Here you'll be heading out there to figure out what exactly your father is doing. Meanwhile, on your vessel, which at the time is not in system, your vessel is now has been being in a state of upgrades and repairs.
Also,
above,
what's our new vessel name?
above Limworld. The new vessel is known as Screaming Valor.
Yes.
Screaming Valor.
The stats, I have them right
I
there.
like
Way
that.
more metal
Are they
than
a
our last
billion
one,
this time?
Way
All
more
a billion?
metal.
which blew up.
Yeah. Obliterating Fire
I don't need this.
became
We'll
Obliterating
talk about that in a
Fire.
minute.
Screaming Valor has maybe slightly less of a prophetic name.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Screaming Valor is a Brightest Eye War
Oh,
vessel.
hi.
Like the previous vessel, it has 1,000 crew. However, it has one sort of important... Yeah, I know, we're going to work on that. It has one important distinction, which is that it has no Brightest Eye on it.
Wow.
That didn't pan out so good last time.
Yeah, they the other Brightest Eye that worked with the other Brightest Eye saw what happened on the Concordance and have decided they don't work with you anymore. So Visionary Destroyer works entirely alone in terms of Brightest Eye, but is surrounded by other vassal. There's a great deal of limbs, and then Nidar, you've been his mind since then, and generally have not left this ship since you came down on the spike on Limbo.
Do they respect him for what happened?
He is respected and feared, and it is considered not a wise move to put Brightest Eye personnel on the same
So
ship
it's
as
like
Visionary
not
Destroyer.
serving with Patton.
He's like,
Yes.
Like I can be really glad Patton exists as someone else's general.
Right.
Or not being a
I don't know about
high-level
that, Patton.
officer under Darth Vader, because he likes to...
Right.
he's like Magellan if he hadn't
Keep
died.
force choke.
I like all of your metaphors. These are all great. He is,
Good job,
they're
metaphors,
similes.
metaphors.
He is like all of those people. He is Patton, Vader, Magellan.
Man.
That's a lot
That's
to live up to,
amazing.
buddy.
So it's
I
it
want to
said
follow that person.
it said that a brightest eye ship is not truly of the eye until it's painted with the blood of its enemies. So if that's the case, then the brightest eye war vessel Screaming Valor is a very advanced paperweight. The few siren vessels that it has encountered have run from it, and it has never fired on an enemy vessel worthy of its name.
Wow.
Pac-Ha, you're on the bridge of the vessel, which has been parked outside Limworld for
I'm
the last.
much calmer now.
Yes.
5 years. It took 5 years for me to calm down, but I finally did.
You have a bunch of Funko Pops like on your desk now.
They're all
been
of Groot. They're all Groot. They're all Groot. There's like half of them are baby Groot, and the other half are grown-up Groot.
Nice.
You'll get there.
And you have that special edition Faith one.
Takaa's in
Taka.
therapy right now. She's doing okay.
Counseling's a
You're
good
on the
thing,
bridge
okay?
of the vessel, which has been parked outside Limworld for the last week, while your captain spends time on Pupil.
So I'm basically looking down at the planet I would rather be on.
Yep.
I'm probably pretty fucking pissed
Oh, that's
off right
painful.
now.
Yep. The ship skirts along the
Cute
top of a
oasis.
debris ring that now sits above Limworld. Crystals from the V.A.S.T glinting in glorious rings around the planet.
That makes me feel slightly better.
A remnant of the battle. Yeah, you left Limworld with a ring.
I literally did make them a new little constellation.
It's left you with a lot of time to get to know the mind Nidar, who has in that battle saved your butt a few times. The two of you, I think, have become a little bit closer as a result, though it's sometimes a bit hard to get close with a mind. As it is similarly pretty hard to get close to Ka. Normally limbs are pretty go with the flow. To cause kind of the opposite, and so you've both found your abnormalities to be mutually helpful. The two of you are alone on the bridge as repairs are going, looking down on her planet. Go have some fun for a sec.
I call this section of the game Claremontian character moment.
Yeah. You guys are having some downtime.
Now, I've never been on her.
That is correct. You've in fact never been on a world outside of when you guys landed. The first thing that happened was you were taken offline.
Right.
It's general operating procedure not to have a mind on any world that it can affect mentally. That's how dangerous your sort of mental prowess is to say the very careful application of vassal servitude.
That is a really good way of putting it.
Yeah, I'm learning this whole new doublespeak world that we live in, how to not say slavery while saying slavery. It's great.
Whoa! Yeah.
Oh, we just went dark.
Friends.
Told you I was going to get political. Ha!
Yeah, you just brought it back.
Yeah,
man.
sorry.
Yeah,
All
right.
right, moving forward.
And do we know why
What
Taka does not go down to the limb?
Well, I'm on duty.
Yeah, I mean, yes,
I assume
for certain that, but I mean, feel free to ask her.
I assume after the battle, I was able to spend some time back at home, and then I had to go back to space when we got a new ship.
You were probably allowed about a month on that thing before they got you off the planet. They don't want you on the planet too long. They may never be able to get you off of it.
Oh dear.
Just cling onto the tree. All of my limbs.
So you see her faraway look as
Yes.
she's looking out on the planet.
Okay. Taka,
What?
when you looked, when you see your planet, what are you doing down there? I've heard about these things called trees, but I don't know what that is.
A tree is like if every creature you knew never bothered you, and they just planted firm where they were, and you always knew where they are and what they will do, which is basically nothing. But it's something that's constant and comforting that you can rely on. And for me, that's what home is. And space does not have any of that because it sucks.
Now the tree does not move.
It's a non-sentient, unmoving life form. It grows. They do grow.
Can you talk to this tree?
I can talk to the tree. You couldn't talk to the tree.
Very interesting.
I sing to the trees sometimes.
See, where I'm from, everything is moving. There's nothing permanent. There are nothing like trees. We wander around and on our own, alone a lot of the times.
It's very depressing. You're not helping me here.
Well, it's interesting that to have you're the closest thing to, I guess, what you would call a friend. I've never had a friend before.
I refrain from saying I can tell why, but I think it.
But because I have mental capacity.
Yeah, keep in mind, he's talking in your head.
Oh,
I am
okay, then I
talking.
don't. Then I suppress that thought because he's kind of the closest thing I have. I mean, the whole crew I've sort of have a closeness to at this point. Friendly acquaintances, we'll call them.
But you have also limbs, literally. You're 4.
Well, 8 technically.
8. Sorry, 8.
Wow.
Brain, yeah.
4 arms, 4 legs.
Mines are not very good at counting.
Counterintuitive.
What is it?
Great at verbal, terrible in math SATs.
What is it like to have so many? A mind. We have no limbs. We don't need limbs. Why would you need 8 even?
Well, a tree has roots, which is what keeps it where it lives, where its home is. And the branches reach up, and it's how they feed. So perhaps we were once more like the trees, and now we have become this thing that is a vassal species, and our use has been co-opted from what we were supposed to be. And the other limbs, they seem fine with it. That's why I don't hang out with them much.
You are not like the other limbs.
They suck.
Is this why, when we were battling the Varhard,
Yeah, there you go.
Varhard,
You pulled that off.
is that why? Were you afraid of losing your limbs? Were you afraid of losing your stability in that battle? Is that why you were so afraid?
I was afraid of never making it back home. Because dying in space would mean that I was permanently moved from my home roots, my ground, and I would never be able to touch it or smell it or feel it again. And that was not a happy thought, as I'm sure you could tell.
I could tell. I can tell quite often you are not very happy. And I can tell you have a great affinity for this world with trees. And I hope that one day you can maybe go back.
Well, the captain, he's tried. He has imported trees from my quarters, but it's not the same.
I too wish to go back one day. Be free from this jar, this jar that I'm living in.
It's a very nice jar.
It is a nice jar. It's very spacious.
All of a sudden, there is a alert on your. The two of you have been alone on the bridge up until this point. All of a sudden, there is an alert on the tactical station. There is an incoming transmission, or an incoming pip. There is a small, highly advanced shuttlecraft that seems to have just come out of crossing speed in front of your vessel. It is, within visual range. It is unlike anything that any of you have seen. What do you do?
I'm gonna ask him. Can you sense anything?
I can try. We can try. Can I? Do you think I can reach out?
Yeah, go for it. This is a telepathy empathy roll. That's
Telepathy?
10.
All right, let's do it.
Meanwhile, I'm ready to shoot it because that's my thing.
And she's gonna get ready to shoot it to death.
Weapons target up.
Burn cannons.
All right. 10.
You can probably tell I'm a little on edge. Anything resembling a battle over my home planet brings back not happy memories.
What are you referring to?
What you looking at?
I'm looking at 4.
Okay, so that's a minor success. It's enough for you to get a general reach out. You reach out and sense a species that you have never encountered before. You hear the words in your mind, Ta'al Kli. And on your vessel, you receive, Hans, a ping on your sensors indicating that there are quite a few brightest eye weapons that have just targeted on you from the ship most close to you.
How delightful.
And
I have like fingers hovering. I'm like, do I shoot it?
This is fascinating.
and your
Should I
vessel,
shoot it
which
yet?
itself does not have any weapons, is sort of defenseless against them. What do you do?
Dear.
I send an immediate transmission.
Okay. You pick up a transmission, Nidar.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Do you put it on screen?
Yes, let's put it on screen so everyone can
Just
hear.
do that, yeah. You put it up on screen. On screen, you see a tall Klee. The tall Klee look a lot like like the gray aliens of sort of like Roswell fame, right? Really tall, really thin, big eyes. They have all you really know about them as a Brightest Eye, and all that the Concordance has on them is that they are a species that were wiped out by the Slate, and are generally not to be trusted, and are incredibly wise and old. This one, however, looks kind of young and has a really goofy smile on its face.
He wears glasses.
Salutations, all. It appears I am defenseless before your mighty space vessel. How do you wish to proceed?
I pretty much just am like,
I want to hug him.
Do we? Yeah.
do we have
believe
access to
him?
any of this information about his species?
He just has that bit of the Concordance.
Just a little
for
bit.
him.
That's why
Yeah.
I was able to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we do?
What do I know going into this?
You know enough to know that you're supposed to rendezvous and like take a position on this thing. You know more about their mission than they do right now.
Okay.
Ask it what it wants.
So we
I
should ask.
guess.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing here, Tal Klee?
The question is more, what can I do for you? And the answer is, a brand new science officer.
He transmits a series of Brightest Eye codes that are all in the the Concordance coding language, and it all checks out. It would appear, is your new science officer.
Wow.
Is this a resume?
Does he send a resume over?
Yeah.
It seems you find this situation as
fascinating.
fascinating as I do.
Well, what should we do? What do you want to do?
I've not powered down the weapons yet.
The shields are still up.
I'm like, that thing's gonna be on the bridge with us.
Perhaps the correct procedure would be for me to meet your captain at this point.
Well, we could signal our captain and see what the.
Fine.
Let's. So we reluctantly decide to hail our captain.
Okay, and as a Concordance message beams back to Pupil, letting you know of the arrival of your new science officer, and the two of you head into the to find out what is up with your father, and what exactly this guy knows that you guys don't. We are going to take a break.
Yay!
So cool. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a few minutes after we all get a little bit hydrated, and we will talk to y'all soon. You've been watching V.A.S.T. Stick around for more crazy fun times.
More murder.
So yeah, stick around for more murder. Hey, welcome back to V.A.S.T. I'm Jackson Lanzing. This is our Brightest Eye team. You are looking at the crew of the Screaming Valor as we head back.
That name every time.
Every time. As we head back into the madness for yet more science fiction awesome. So just to set the stage, we have, after a really terrible battle 5 years back, our team really came together around the newly named Visionary Destroyer, because Brightest Eye changed their names depending on what function they serve in their society. Visionary Destroyer has since been dreaming of the stars, but has not been able to leave ever since. He and his brother, or pet, depending on who you're talking to,
Was
the human...
a pet. Now he's not.
He's
The
a
human noble
brother.
destroyer are heading to
Three, I was a pet.
are heading to the spire where the fathers and the mother sit. Meanwhile, their ship has just been approached by a mysterious newcomer named Hansarald Nirun, who is himself a member of the Tall Klee, a very old and nearly extinct science-based species. So he seems to have shown up and is, in a very odd, kind of optimistic way, offering his services to the Brightest Eye. So we'll get a lot of explanation as to why as we continue with V.A.S.T. 1.2. I don't think I ever actually gave you guys the name of this episode.
No.
The Primal Scream.
I like that solidarity.
So, Back on the brightest eye
Raw green
homeworld of Pupil, Visionary Destroyer and Noble Defender, you have decided to head to the Spire without being beckoned. As a result, when you arrive near there, your concordance starts to go off. You are approaching a restricted zone. You are able to bypass your concordance for a time, but the more that you proceed to not use it or not follow its exact instructions, the more willpower damage you will start to take. I'm going to restore your willpower from the previous, all of you,
nice.
from the previous game, since it's been 5 years. So I'm going to basically, I'm going to restore your damage as well as your willpower for this mission.
Excellent.
All right.
What about my emotional damage?
Your emotional damage will stay with you forever. You will be haunted until the end of your days. Okay.
Fits with your character.
Yeah. So with that in mind, you can basically for every turn you're going to be losing willpower to the concordance. The more that you both decide not to do it. However, Noble Defender, you're going to take a lot less damage to your willpower because you are not as biologically compatible with the concordance as he is. It's actually like an incredibly rare thing for another species to be invited into the concordance. It was really only because the brightest eye that took you in, Father 7, is such a high-ranking brightest eye that you were invited to be part of this at all.
Yeah. I'm curious, is there a way for me, if that's the case, maybe Father taught me to turn it off?
No.
Okay.
It is impossible.
This thing does not turn off.
It is impossible to turn off the concordance.
Oh, okay.
The concordance is, once it's in your system, it's like part of your system. So were someone to say surgically remove the concordance, your brain would no longer function. It has actually taken certain aspects of your brain function and it now replaces those.
So what
You're
you're
like
telling me is when I
Cyberman.
want him
You're
to
like
shut
Cyborg
up,
Superman.
remove parts of the concordance.
Yeah, there you go. What I'm saying is when you want him to shut up, lobotomize him.
Will it kill him?
Real simple. No, it would just.
So we could put it back. So it's like on and off.
No.
It takes like 12 hours.
It's
of like,
It's because again, there's no on-off switch. So in order to take it off, you would literally be like physically removing it.
Right. No, yeah.
And that reinstalling it is a
My character.
You try it.
easy.
Try it.
switch.
to my claws. That's an on-off switch. My claw is the on switch. My
I
claw
tear
is the off
lights
switch.
out of the ceiling and then jam them back in the ceiling.
It sounds like it'd be less turning off your lungs and more like turning off your impulse to breathe.
Yeah,
Like it's part of your survival mechanism.
that's John is entirely on point. So with that in mind, give me how you want to approach this thing. So there are basically you have a spire. At the spire, actually, you know what? Both roll perception. Let me tell you what you know.
Sweet.
Perception checks are made from your wits, your investigation,
Oh, definitely no.
your empathy,
Anything else?
You're rolling negative 15 dice.
your streetwise.
Don't have that. What streets?
Oh yeah, streets. You picked the other
And your
one that I'm also
concordance.
negative in.
So for now, Visionary Destroyer, you are not perceptive at all.
Right, auto fail.
How do you live?
Blind.
Well, I mean, he just shouts what he wants at people and presumes that they'll shout things back at him.
Yeah.
Could he be drunk?
All right.
Why not?
No, that's Rake. Rake is the one who gets drunk and is all of a sudden better at perception.
Here.
Also, speaking of the Pac-Ha crew, they're totally talking trash about us in the
started
Twitch
talking
chat
trash?
right now.
I bet
Well,
it's
as soon as I
adorable.
showed up, yeah.
Uh-oh.
It was like
Good.
Jody sucks.
Good. I'm
Really hurt my feelings, actually.
They're so mean. Noble Defender, you roll a 7 for your perception.
I promise
Yeah.
we'll kill a cat in today's episode.
Oh, no, that's
Excellent.
no, you don't.
All right.
All right, here we go.
There will be no cat murder on that.
Damn straight, they will. Damn straight.
Puppies.
Key murder, I can't promise.
You can't promise that.
Yeah.
Wow, they are two.
Okay.
all I got.
So,
Better than me.
not being particularly perceptive, here's what you see. You have a spire that sits above the that sits high above Pupil. At the base of the spire are 3 brightest eye guards who all stand in front of a large doorway. That doorway is, as far as you understand, the only entrance to the spire that isn't literally climbing the side of it. What do you do?
Do you remember the hidden entrance? Do you remember that one time when we snuck in it? Like I was
We were
not.
playing in the backyard. We dug a hole with our hands. It wasn't a hidden entrance to the
No.
spire at all.
You forgot the other time that we went into the entrance. Remember that?
No.
Oh gosh, do I have to? I want to roll from memory.
Okay. So hold up a second.
I don't remember any of the cool stuff we used to do as kids.
Noble Defender, just at that rate, you're just going to roll 7 again.
Cool.
Because you're essentially what you're trying to check on is a perception check to see if you have a secret entrance, but you just failed that check.
Right.
So
let's
feel free to try it again, but
Yeah,
at that point, I'm going to lock you out of the check.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Kate apologizes for saying I suck, and now she feels bad.
Oh, we love you, Kate.
We love you, Kate, and also you guys are wusses.
Yeah, it sounds like a
See, don't apologize. It's war. What do you got?
This is
4.
Okay. Yes,
That's how you clap when you're.
there was once a time when, as children, the two of you attempted to sneak into the spire. However, you found yourself checked at every turn by the sentries that sit outside of the spire. So, you had found what essentially was like a garbage chute. It was an excretia area for all of the excrement from the fathers and the mother, because they're bugs; they need somewhere to poop to. And you found an excrement shaft. You convinced, as a almost a prank, Visionary Destroyer, you convinced Noble Defender to actually get in the excrement shaft and try to get up there to see what Dad was doing. But after a couple of minutes of trying to get up there, you both found yourselves caught by sentries. So you didn't actually get in so much as you found a way that, as a child, might have been a fun way to think that you could get in. Now, it is still large enough that, say, a human male could fit inside of it.
Right, I'm
but,
like 40 feet
Yeah,
tall,
but
right?
you're not 40 feet tall. You're
50?
6, 7 feet tall. But you could not get in. You could not get into that thing. No.
Could you
We
climb
can
the
all
pipe?
just ride you into battle.
Yeah. I'm like a war
That is
elephant.
that is the drain pipe. He would have to. He'd have to climb the outside while you were in the inside, if that's how you.
I could ride him. He's big enough.
That is another way to play.
I
this.
could ride
Tear
him.
you up. No, but I find it funnier to send you up the chute.
Yeah, that when I was 5.
Also now.
And now.
now.
I guess
If you
want.
now.
If you want to know what Father is doing, and I think we both do, there's only one feasible way without getting caught.
No.
I do it with like a buggy lookalike.
Do you want to try? Do you want to try to roll to persuade him?
Yeah, I want to roll.
Social
Inspire him.
rolls. Social rolls. We're
really
gonna
is
roll
not all
a
that
social roll. So
he
you
have, like,
are
little,
using
like, sad
persuasion on
animal
this roll
face?
based on how you were just doing it.
Sad face.
Yeah.
So
So like nothing. I assume you have no persuasion.
That's right.
this is a presence,
Yeah.
a persuasion.
Hey, what's up?
Your fame adds to this. Even though your
Do you do
brother.
that
Oh,
like
he's
for
so
real to make
fucking
fun of your
good.
brother?
That's right.
So good.
So you're gonna roll.
Every time you do that,
bug.
you're like,
Look at that dope bug.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
wow.
Face every mother.
Yeah, I
I
can
feel like this
I can
was
ride
part
that.
of what we
It's
were
a face
missing
the
that the
mother
Pac-Ha had.
possibly
So you're gonna
loves,
roll- so
if
you're gonna roll
she's
8.
capable of such.
8.
Yeah, that's your persuasion check.
When it comes to me now, I have exactly 8 actually.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Hold on. I have to add your expression. 9.
It's this.
Noble Defender.
Same.
Yeah,
You're gonna roll
This is a resolve
against
check.
My awesomeness.
okay. I'm gonna need this.
That's your resolve
That's mine too. Sweet.
plus your
Take what I can get.
intimidation.
I just like the idea of a giant bug who looks like he's gonna eat your
4.
face. Being like,
4. Oh,
Yeah.
there's no
That's
way.
a sad man,
What did
sad
you-
man
hey, Max,
voice, you know, like,
What'd you get?
oh, I got a 5.
Damn it.
Okay, so there's literally no way
No
for
way.
you to win this. But go ahead and roll it anyway.
Sure.
He's your brother and you love him.
Well, I got 3.
Well, that's still pretty good. It checks him down, but he still wins the check. So, with that in mind,
I'll totally like put my arms under his butt and be
I'm
like,
not doing it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
unfortunately, his social check has confirmed that you do want to do it. Noble Defender finds himself knowing that, in fact, this might be the only way, as much as he doesn't want to do it. The giant bug is right, and technically, the giant bug is his ranking officer.
Fuck you,
This
giant
is
bug.
horrid. I really like our
rank on
shit
you,
when it's
man.
not, but this is just like casual
let's
abuse.
all remember that I have like -1 empathy. I have no.
How did you do that?
I do not
This
care
is
for you.
How did
terrible.
you do that?
All right, so
Oh, well.
Like
you
maybe
head.
5 empathy.
all right.
So you're
Right.
probably-
I'm
So-
climbing it.
Away.
I'm climbing
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
That's it.
Good idea.
I'm going full
just
force.
to be nice.
Climbing the poop
because it seems like the thing to do.
He says with such despair in his voice.
Noble, give me your jacket.
Thank you.
How nice.
Give you a
all right.
Oh, you're actually.
Noble, you are going.
Do you have a microphone on it?
No. Yeah, I do.
Oh no! Don't actually give him your jacket.
Hollywood, the Hollywood man.
All right, Noble Defender, you are going to roll for your stealth,
Okay.
which is your dex, your stealth, and nothing else. You have no. Oh, and subterfuge. Wow, you are not
There you go.
doing well there. You have a 3 stealth check.
This is gonna
I can fly.
I love that you guys decided to be sneaky into the most important place in the entire Brightest Eye on your first game with no stealth between the two of you. Neither of you have a
finding this.
Oh, I'm sorry, Visionary Destroyer. You have a single rank in stealth.
Start to
Can we just?
Why are we at... You're a bad captain.
This is me just goosing my brother.
I feel like it would
Yeah,
be
this is him goosing
I
his
feel like it'd be more
Family time.
effective if you were just like, hey,
I have
what are you
3
guys doing up
successes.
there?
Really?
Yes, I do.
God.
Dang! Okay, so
yes.
That wasn't supposed
amazingly,
to be an idea.
I got a great idea.
with that, they're gonna
What
still
did I
roll
do?
a check against you, but that's a crit success there, man. Well done.
I rolled 3 successes.
You rolled 3 out of 3.
That's supposed to happen.
So, Destroyer, you stand back while
way back.
yeah, way back. While you actually head down to the base of the
okay.
spire.
Okay.
You a couple of Brightest Eye pass you as you do, and you hide behind a rock. And then hide behind a statue, and then hide behind you until
This
you
shouldn't
finally.
happen. It should just not happen.
Meanwhile, if I had the ability to play licensed music around this time that I'd start playing Little Less Conversations, Little More Action.
Everybody out there, start playing that song.
Yeah, please just pick up your Spotify wherever you are and play your favorite Elvis song.
That's right.
In case you didn't pick that up. The dude in the red with the hair that he thinks is the king of his planet, it's Elvis. Elvis, you guys. You get it? It's Elvis. Okay.
So
Thanks. There you go.
You're right, if not figuratively, if not literally.
What? A little less conversation, a little more action.
That he is the king.
That he's the king.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the king. Because I found it. I think Elvis is the king of humanity.
This Moleskine notebook in the hope that we will be doing
Yeah. Well, not
something of import later.
And then there's BB King.
So,
the king.
all right. So you head up. You find the shaft itself. You are not spotted upon finding the shaft. What do you do?
Nice.
Wait, what? I'm not spotted?
You're not spotted.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. I go concordance. Has just no one else has ever been in here besides the father and the mothers?
Yeah,
Fathers
I
and
mean,
mothers?
Brightest Eye are called before the fathers and the mothers every day. Or the fathers and the mother every day.
Is there a way I can access some kind of map or something to know where I'm going?
Yeah, absolutely you can.
Okay.
Though again, keeping in mind, now that you are here, you're gonna start taking on willpower strain.
Can I? Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your concordance check. That's 5. I'm sorry. Your concordance check is. Oh, we haven't done it yet.
I don't know.
Hold on. Your concordance check is.
Yeah, isn't it? Don't tell work. I took it from the supply closet.
I like that in the same
4?
episode where you announced.
So go ahead and roll 4.
publicly
Yeah,
where you work.
I'm pretty sure somebody's watching right now. Also, it's Servio's pen,
1?
you guys. Looks really nice.
All right. So you try to pull up a map,
Yeah.
but all it does is feedback into your head, taking 2 willpower.
Damn.
I
Oh,
am sort
okay.
of super into him just failing right now.
Okay.
It's so down.
Okay.
From up above, you can see another Brightest Eye patrol starting to cross around the spire, heading in his direction.
Okay. The 3 sentries are still at the front gate? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go over to those guys.
Okay. You're going to take a turn to cross. We're back with you. What do
Okay,
you
I
do?
start just searching to see if I can hear voices or something, because obviously I can't find a map. I don't know. I figure there's gonna be loud voices of yelling and shouting, as much as I have a concordance.
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, you're still outside the building. You haven't gotten in the shaft yet.
Get
So,
the
like-
shaft,
Wait,
bro.
I'm not in the shaft.
No, you need to
found
tell
the
me
shaft.
when you do things. So if you're going to go into the shaft, you got to say, I go into the shaft. Otherwise,
Oh, I'm very sorry. I thought the sneaking past.
Oh, he's
and
all
everything.
the
about
sneaking
the shaft.
past got you up to the shaft.
Okay.
Tut tut.
Yeah, I think I should go into the
You gotta
shaft.
go.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to roll an athletics
now.
check. That's 6,
swirly.
Noble Defender.
6.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest idea, but
You mentioned it. You were like, "Hey, remember
did.
the secret passage?" I was like, "Yeah, you're going in it." What you thought? Like, I was like, "Yeah, I totally want to get in this shit tube." I captain a starship, dude.
You're very pilots a starship.
yeah.
So how you doing?
Under
2.
me.
Okay. So you start to pull the grate, but you're not like physically powerful enough to pull the grate. The last time that you did this, Noble, like Visionary Destroyer, or at the time Partisan Teacher, opened that up for you.
Oh, God.
So like you're pulling on this thing, but it's giant. It's a huge grate. You're tiny human muscles, and again, like you're relatively frail. You have a 1 in strength. They don't do much for you. So you're just sort of pulling on this thing as, again, that patrol starts to make it around. As that patrol sees you, you arrive in front of the 3 main sentries.
Yeah, no, I immediately rat him out.
So the first sentry steps forward. I am Vigilant Guard.
I'm Visionary Destroyer. I've seen someone trying to gain entry into the spire.
An interloper? An alien?
I don't know. I saw somebody. Shit.
Brutal.
At the what is it? It's the.
I hope he dies. That would be the only way.
You say the excrement shaft.
Yeah.
The poop tube.
I saw somebody at the excrement shaft trying to break off the grate. I recommend you and your sentries go and investigate as
Hey,
soon
guys.
as you can.
Let him talk. Sorry, repeat.
I recommend you and your sentries go investigate as you can. I will hold the front.
Okay, that's a bluff. So we're gonna roll.
Totally is.
We're gonna roll for your bluff.
Bluff.
Do not worry, Visionary Destroyer. We will penetrate the poop chute.
So this is a
You're the worst. You're the worst.
manipulation, persuasion.
Oh, damn.
No corner of that poop chute shall go unsearched.
Yep. Nope.
Harry,
You're super
Harry,
fired.
Harry.
You're not on the ship anymore. You're fired.
Not even on your ship yet.
I'm gonna tell Nidar to just. I'm gonna tell Takad to just
Keep him
like
out.
blow it.
You're gonna roll 6 unless you want to throw willpower into this.
No. This is ridiculous.
Okay, roll 6.
Oh, I hope
Keep in mind you'll need that full 6 just to
I
cross
hope
this.
Dylan dies. It was just such a tonal shift if you died.
No,
It's
I
not
only
personal.
got 2.
What's up?
2.
Okay, they look at you.
Karma.
I am Vigilant Guard, and I too belong to the Concordance. I know who is at the excrement shaft. Our guards have already found him. It is convenient that you are here, for you were being called before the mothers and the mother and the fathers, regardless.
Yeah, I was just like on my way.
Yes, I believe you. And he looks over to the others, indicating that he very much does not believe you. As you turn to the side, you watch as Noble Defender is carried by 2 large brightest eyes towards you. He's without his jacket, and his hands have like gross, sticky stuff on them.
Can Brightest Eye lie to each other?
He just tried, yes.
But can so they,
They
can,
can,
in theory.
yes.
He's just bad at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Stuff.
He brings you together, and he says, "Truly, open your mind to the Concordance." And he puts his hand to both of your heads. And as you do, or as he does, you receive what is known among your kind as a crisis wave. It's a sort of like painful, intense feeling that comes over you from the Concordance. A painful, deep ache that's felt in the bones, not just of you, but everyone around you. You actually see as they all do it too. You're each going to roll for composure, please. So, Visionary Destroyer, roll 3 for composure. Noble Defender, roll 10 for composure. The humans really got it together a lot more than you do.
0.
Damn, really, man?
I don't know. Look, that's not what I do. I punch things
Again,
or yell at
he
people.
shouts what he wants at people.
6.
Okay, you hold it together. It's almost like a distant echo for you.
Okay.
You just know like something's wrong. It's time to go. It's like when a dog gets a bone. You're like, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot like when
On
a
the-
dog gets a bone.
On the flip side, you have not
Like a hound
felt
dog.
a crisis wave since the battle at Limworld. This brings flooding back a whole ton of memories and feelings and like intense anxiety.
That sounds like 3 things I hate.
Yeah. As the doors in front of you open, you are helped in by these guards into the spire. You are brought before the fathers and the mother, who sits above them in infinite glory and unknowable purpose.
Told you we'd get in.
You're covered in poop. It's hilarious. The chamber is the greatest of all the brightest eye structures. It's an incredible floating palace that's actually tethered to an orbital satellite. So this spire, though it looks like it comes out of the thing, actually moves around the planet's equator so that it can constantly be vigilant over the course of the entire planet. So dope. Straight up stolen from Neil Stephenson. Thanks, Neil. If you haven't read Seven Eves, read it.
Back on a first name basis with Neil Stephenson.
Yeah, I am now. Now that I'm talking about.
He just tweeted.
His book.
He's suing you.
You can see your.
But great show, guys.
Yeah. As you step forward, what you see essentially. It moves slightly, so you can just see the sky moving as you stand on it. You look up. You're sort of in the middle of think of the spire as remember that mountain from Close Encounters? Like it kind of goes up and then it's like a volcanic field.
Devil's Tower?
So you're in that Devil's Tower mount inside there. There's mountain around you going up, right? Around the crest of that mountain on all sides are the fathers. These are 30 individual, brightest eye alpha males. They are all a little bit larger. They're all older. They've all procreated many times. So they've kind of their bodies have sort of swole up as a result of the broods that they have carried for the mother. It's like a whole thing. Among them you see Father Seven, though you're kind of freaking out so much that they all look the same to you. In the center of all of that, on a spire, under a veil that you cannot see and are in fact very specifically not allowed to see, is the mother. And she sits in all knowable purpose, and she is the one who speaks, as it were, through the concordance as you step in. Think of them as the choir and she's the soloist. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Visionary Destroyer. We, the brightest eye, are under crisis. You have been selected for a mission of existential import.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Do not thank us. Succeed or die and doom us all. The heretic is missing, and all the eye is in danger. The Siren vessel Kotaman, and as she says it, images start to appear in your head. By the way, you've never heard this word heretic before.
Yeah.
An image of a Siren vessel appears. The Siren vessel Kotaman came to the Eye and stole the heretic from us. You must retrieve the Kotaman at all costs, venturing out across the slate to the stars and darkness beyond, where no eye has been for hundreds of years. Do not return until you have found the heretic with all his power and bloodied your hull with those who sought to take him from his proper place. As you hear the word heretic, an image appears in your mind of a tongue, but an incredibly old tongue. His face kind of worn away, his teeth worn away. No longer the sort of beautiful smile that you are used to from people like the attendant, but rather sort of a broken down, old, very skinny tongue.
Yeah, I got an idea.
Yeah.
As this happens, by the way, this is the first time you've ever stood before this,
Right.
And probably the first time. Certainly the first time a human's ever done it, and certainly the first time that most any other kind of alien has. So this is
it's a big
relatively
moment.
Overwhelming moment.
Okay.
Okay. So your father, you see your father's gaze turned down towards you expectantly.
I take no mission lightly, nor will I take this one. The heretic will die, and I will smear his bloodied corpse across the front of my ship with my own hands.
Okay, roll composure.
Oh, it's just 3.
Yep. Each of you.
Oh, it's
Both
just-
of you, please. Roll
just
composure.
crappy 3.
Oh, what
Be
am I
better. 1.
What was my composure roll again, Jack?
7.
Sorry.
Your composure roll's 10.
Thank you.
Visionary Destroyer, yours is 3.
Yeah, I got 1.
Okay.
I got the vapors.
4.
Okay, that's pretty good, man. You are going to get hit with 1 willpower damage, bringing your willpower damage up to 3. You're going to be hit with 2 willpower damage. Visionary Destroyer.
3 too.
Oh, I thought you have you.
I haven't
did
done
you-
anything to.
Yeah, so
fuck
you
with my
then you
composure.
have 3 left.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden, a wave of no floods out through the chamber and hits you guys with a full like a literal wave hits you. No, the heretic must not be harmed. The heretic holds all our futures in his hands. The power of the heretic protects the eye. You must retrieve the heretic.
God, I'm so much better at killing.
That's why.
But I'm so much better at killing, you cry up at your father.
Understood. If he doesn't come back to you, then you'll be sent my corpse instead. And my brother's.
Brother.
His first.
It is not your corpse we desire. If you fail, may your remains never return to the eye. And may your name be struck from the concordance.
Okay.
That will not happen. That will never happen.
And you see a slight smile in your father's, on your father's buggy face.
Sweet.
Go now. Your vessel will be in orbit by the time you leave. You have been provided an ally, an ancient Ta'al Kli, driven and true of purpose, serious of manner, and wise of mind. They have offered to help you in any way you can. We see him as an ally. But warning, if he is not, his blood too shall paint your vessel.
Use every tool until it breaks under the strain. I understand.
The eye shines bright.
The eye shines bright.
And with that, that was dope. And with a message, or with that concluded, the whole room seems to darken, which may not actually be happening. It may just be that your concordance is making it happen in your mind and telling you to get the hell out. You're instructed to pick up an orbital tether up to your ship, which your ship will be sending down to a predisposed location. So that location is suddenly pinged in your eye.
We were trying to ping him before. Has he gotten that yet? Or?
Yes. So as
he's going up.
So as you step out, your vessel, which has just arrived above the ship. By the way, you have your shuttlecraft.
Great.
It's docked inside the ship.
Wonderful.
I'll give you a ship sheet for that next week, but you'll have that moving forward. No weapons, good sign systems. The vessel arrives above, and you are instructed to pick up the captain. Something just to keep in mind: the way your ship doesn't have transporters. The Pac-Ha vessel does. You do not. What you have, again, thanks to Neil Stevenson and to frankly just a whole bunch of orbital mechanics experts, is essentially a whip. It's like a nanobot whip. What it can do is it can deploy
Nanobots, you say?
Yeah, not larger than the bots that you would normally think of as nanobots, but they function the same way. They're essentially a chain of small robots, all of which work together as a long whip chain. The chain is deployed from. I'm doing this like your audience can see it. It's deployed from the vessel down to the planet, and as it pushes down into the planet, it burns through Atmo, right? It has essentially some of them that are just ready to burn off.
Yep.
So it burns off into Atmo. It hits exactly at a point where you are, and this is all like orbital math, so it happens exactly where the concordance tells you it's going to happen, or where the ship tells you it's going to happen.
Orbital
In the
math.
future, I'm a giant.
It lands, and in the split second that it lands, it grabs whatever is at that moment and pulls it into space and into the vessel.
Wow.
You are about to go for a ride. As you step out from there, your vessel gets in touch with them to initiate this. Nidar, you have the comms.
What's your name now? Visionary
Oh,
Destroyer.
Visionary Destroyer, yeah.
Visionary Destroyer,
Yes?
are you ready to take a ride?
Always.
I lean into the comm. Captain, we have a science thing.
Hello!
What the hell was that?
A science thing.
It's very annoying and likes to talk.
Yes, I am the science thing.
God.
Can we kill it?
I'm
No,
gonna like that.
not yet, at least. Is it listening?
Yes.
Very much so.
Then no.
What is that?
It's the science thing.
Oh, that thing.
Don't.
Okay.
Oh dear.
It's
Will
the
that be my
ally.
new nickname?
Yes.
God. Oh, God. Why, in the infinite wisdom of the mother, have I been saddled with two completely alien species for the most important mission of my life?
Brother, I'm glad you're thinking about that, but I think we should get going.
Nidar, take us up. I want to see this for myself.
All right, hang on.
All right. So as the ship sends down, Nidar sends down the whip.
I still want to tell you that you can kill it.
I assume Dylan needs some kind of rebreather or exosuit.
The whip will do that. The whip will literally like encapsulate them, pull them up into the ship, and then let them out.
So it's very
Keeps
Galaxy
a little
Quest.
bit of that. Oh yeah.
Sorta.
Yeah, kind
right away.
of. It's like a very mechanical version of that
Just-
space-time
just
bubble
less,
from Galaxy
Yeah,
Quest.
less gooey.
Yes, exactly. So you stand out as this happens. You don't actually need to roll for this. This is a natural
Thanks.
effect. As it pops down, it hits you. The thing whips out of space, grabs you, and whoosh you up into space.
Throw your arms up, brother. Throw your arms up!
And you find yourself up in the literally like whipped into the bridge of your ship. Whaboo. Like right up in it. The five of you are now on the bridge together. Go.
Hey, Captain.
Lame.
Welcome back. Welcome
Good
back.
to see you both again.
There's a new thing on your bridge. You've never seen a tall Klee before.
I was most impressed with the mind, but the two of you are even more interesting. You are a cyborg. In addition to the way in which most Brightest Eye are cyborgs. And you, he runs up to Dylan, you are by far the most useless life form I have ever seen.
Silence,
There is
please,
literally
God.
nothing
In
to
the name
protect
of the
you.
mother, stop talking.
Do you want me to kill it?
No, I
Okay.
don't. But I do want it to stop with its endless yammering.
I'm not flying that thing.
Oh dear. It appears I may have offended
What
you.
part of stop do you not understand? Horrifying thing.
I can do that sometimes. I do have a tendency to ramble on.
He's cute when he talks.
But I assure you,
not.
I am very useful.
Captain, I sense that he has a lot to say, and if we don't shut him up now, he may will keep on talking forever.
Nidar,
Oh dear, the brain is very correct.
all right. At least to business. What is your name?
I am Hanserald Nirun, though many have simply taken to calling me Hans.
Good, Hans. Easy. What do you know about the heretic?
What do I know about the heretic?
All right, Hans, you're gonna roll an intelligence roll.
It's quite good.
It is. That's a 17.
Can I do it on the phone?
Yeah, you can do whatever you like, man.
And actually, I want to, if I hear that, I want to do the listen for the ancestral knowledge to see if that's anything that I might have heard of.
Yep. Hold on.
Limb powers.
Activate. I had more labels.
I do like cool posing. I don't know.
Vogue.
Okay, so that's only 5.
What was
for
that?
you. And that's just because you have a low empathy. The more you up your empathy, the better off your ancestral memory,
I have to
listen,
care more?
meditation stuff is going to be. I know. Psychic powers, they're really built on empathy. What'd you get?
A 6?
Okay,
This turns
That's
into
good for you.
so it's a medium success.
I got 2.
Okay, so it's a fail. So you don't know what this word is. None of you all know what this word is. You don't know what the word is. However, there is a long-standing. Let's put it this way: there's a reason you're here. There's a sort of long-standing mystery as far as the way in which the Brightest Eye were able to survive the Slate. All species that have encountered the space-time event known as the Slate, including every species under the Pac-Ha Peacekeeps rule, they've all been wiped out. Their systems have been obliterated. The Brightest Eye, on the other hand, have actually managed to hold this thing back somehow. So there is some question insofar as to what degree the Brightest Eye have been able to maintain that that bulwark. There were always whispers in Tal Klee society that might be a maybe some sort of mad scientist or someone who had created some manner of technology for the Brightest Eye that helped them do this. So there is, you might be able to put 2 and 2 together to say the heretic might be something like that.
Fascinating. I can only presume, from a logical perspective, that if I have been put aboard your ship and you have communed with the Concordance, we are being sent on a mission of some very great importance. I imagine that you will find me useful on such a mission.
I can only hope. I can also only hope that your endless talking doesn't make you completely useless in times of need.
Captain, may I share a moment with you in private?
No.
Very well. Then I shall say what I have to say in public. I have done a great deal of research on you. I believe you to be a man of
A bug.
A bug.
a very small amount of morality and empathy, but a very large amount of ambition and compulsion. I too have a compulsion. I wish to know all there is to know about the Slate. I have struck a deal with your Concordance. They will share what they know in exchange for me helping you complete your mission. I would do whatever it takes, including die, to get you that which you require.
All right, I'm super into that.
All right.
Well, then you do not need to roll to persuade him of that at all. You're good.
Hans, I think you'll do well here.
I am
all right, Captain.
Looking forward to it.
Where to?
Okay,
All right.
I guess,
Do we have a star chart in the Concordance telling us where to
yeah,
go?
has the Concordance given us any information as far as what direction this ship has gone in? And remind me of the name of the ship again.
The ship is the Siren vessel Kotaman.
Kotaman.
Oh dear.
What you do not have is any kind of telemetry on the vessel beyond the vessel and its crossing drive signature.
Okay.
If you wanted it, you know that it abducted the heretic from this planet, from Pupil. The heretic was housed on Pupil.
So, okay.
So,
So you can start there.
yeah. So, and you are in orbit above Pupil. So, in the event that, and this happened in the last like 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
So, in the event that you wanted to, look for that, that's probably a job for your brand new science officer.
Yeah. Okay. Hans, time to make yourself useful. Let's see what you've gotten you.
And I can add investigation just to boost it if he wants to.
So what's the idea? We're scanning for.
You're scanning for the crossing drive signature, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because correct me if I'm wrong. Your
Yeah,
goal
no,
is that you're
100%.
trying to track that vessel and know where it went.
Yeah, we're gonna chase that thing as hard as we can.
Does it not help to go from the starting point of
We're
the
at the
vessel?
starting point.
We're at the starting point.
You're at least the point at which the vessel picked up the heretic and bolted.
What planet are we at?
You're at
Pupil.
Pupil, the brightest eye homeworld.
Oh.
When you
You
docked,
picked them up
got
at
brought.
Liveworld,
Yeah.
then you guys crossed over to Pupil, and now you're at Pupil.
So literally, this heretic was picked up from the brightest eye homeworld.
Yes.
How did it get
Act of
past
war?
defenses?
A Siren vessel bolted in and bolted out. Siren are generally known for being relatively sneaky and having pretty high stealth capabilities. There's a lot of cloaking devices in their system, stuff like that. It's rare. Normally, Siren don't come into the brightest eye because the brightest eye murders Siren on the regular.
Yeah.
If they come here,
On the regular.
but these
their
guys
own
seem to have had a very
no, we
specific
did the whole
thing. They were
thing.
not in orbit for any more than a few hours. So, they rolled in, they rolled out. Maybe even minutes.
Has any other vassal
plating
race
is amazing.
ever gone outside brightest eye borders?
No species of the brightest eye has left the brightest eye in 700 years.
Wow.
All right, let's scan for that crossing signature.
Okay.
Can I aid him in
I
any way?
Rolled it wrong.
You can. Well, let's look at his roll and see what you need.
Okay.
So this is your scan roll, which is a 19.
Never mind.
Wow.
I rolled an 8.
He's getting.
Rolled an 8?
Yes.
Okay. So you walk over to the brightest eye systems, and I think you just essentially plug in your own computer. It immediately brings up a holographics display, a totally full suite of tall Klee info work. You still are stuck with the ship's scanners and hardware, so you're only going to get so much information, but you can roll and incorporate a certain amount of it in your intelligence.
Brother, what is that shiny thing?
I don't know.
As he swips through, this should look like magic to you guys.
Right.
He pulls this thing up. He starts to swipe
have
through,
no
and eventually you pull up something that makes the whole system look like a watercolor painting with a swash around a bunch of swashes all around Pupil. You isolate individual swashes until you zoom in on one specific swish. And that is the crossing drive signature of the Kotaman. What you note is that the ship heads off at a rate at crossing drive rate straight for the slate. It looks like it essentially crossed through the slate, which is an incredibly dangerous maneuver. In fact, something a Siren vessel would almost never do. On top of that, because we're talking about a full success here, you take your star charts and apply it against that directional capacity, right? And you look at that direction and note that you actually have an unoccupied system that is at the direct end line of that crossing drive. So if you wanted to actually trace it, you could trace it to the system that the Pac-Ha refer to, because you're using Tall Klee star charts, so you have stuff that's been charted by yourselves, stuff that's been charted by other people. The Pac-Ha call this planet Border 17.
Should it be scientifically possible to plot a crossing path through the slate?
Crossing paths through the slate are incredibly difficult. You managed to do it, but that was because your ship was on autopilot, an incredibly highly advanced Tall Klee autopilot. That cannot be applied to this vessel. Whatever you do to cross the slate at this point, you'll have to rely on the ship's pilot.
So theoretically, it shouldn't have been possible for a Siren vessel to do it.
I got this.
Theoretically, it's possible for any vessel to do it, but it is incredibly difficult. A Siren vessel would not have the technology to autopilot to the minute degree that a Tall Klee vessel would. A Tall Klee have been working on slate technology for, hundreds of thousands of years.
I know where your ship is.
He pulls it up, and you can actually see all that telemetry that I just talked about.
Where's it going?
Well, I think you've already earned your keep for the moment.
Is this creature your pilot?
He is.
Yes.
And as much as you were right earlier, he has no natural defenses and would seem incredibly useless. He is the best pilot I've ever seen.
He seems to have very little room for a developed prefrontal cortex. It is not unheard of that Tall to all clean.
Okay, somebody
have been
shut him up.
referred
I'm going to
to
show him
as-
what prefrontal cortex can do when I pilot this thing. All right.
So okay, so you sit down so you like push past him as he starts to talk about upgrading your prefrontal cortex, and you just like move past him, push him out of the way. He's very frail, so like it's not even a thing. And as you push him,
you brute.
as you push him to the side, you sit down at the helm, which essentially Brightest Eye ships run on these two huge like rods that you move, so it's almost like a
Slot
joystick.
machine.
Yeah, the slot machine.
Jackpot.
You can kind of move it around, and like your seat. So it's very much like a whole thing. It's like it's like rowing. Yeah. It's got a whole Viking.
Last
thing going on.
Starfighter meets Las Vegas.
Just so I can understand, is he the only human I've ever seen before?
You and I spoke about that to some degree. You want to roll for that?
Yeah, that'd be very interesting.
Roll
Sure.
7. Roll. Hold on.
We're almost about to be in some wacky shit flying through, like, I don't know, just like cosmic destruction. So, shields probably.
Yeah, shields. I'll get ready.
Definitely, I think you should put some of his...
Don't let our weapons blow up while we're doing
Captain, I put him on set.
I'll try.
Captain,
Appreciate that.
Captain, just in case things go awry, have him be on sensors to sense anything coming at me, because, you know, I'm good.
You can roll 13 for xenoanthropology.
All right. What?
I'm having him roll 13 for xenoanthropology. He asked whether or not he's
6.
met a human before. No, you've read about humans. During your time in the Pac-Ha Peacekeep, when you were kind of rolling around there a bit, you got enough information on them to know that they're one of the species out there, but that they were one of the few that hadn't really joined the Starcrossers to any kind of like organizational capacity. It is very curious to see one here, and especially very curious to see one that's been plugged into the Concordance. All right, so Captain, what are your orders?
Little
He
brother?
sat down and like the engines are already going. Like he
Right.
didn't even wait for you.
It's fine. Totally fine.
Okay.
I'm all for that.
That's fine.
Little brother, you have your coordinates?
Yep.
The mind is plugged into the power cell in the center of the ship. Whole thing powers up.
Yeah.
do you-
Everyone to their stations.
Chicago sits at the large scale turret, and you stand essentially forward from the center of the ship, like you're kind of near, like behind him. You're kind of right in front of the vessel.
Tell me when to hit it, Captain.
Let's see what No Brightest Eye has seen for 700 years. Go.
All right. The ship warps out at crossing speed, heading out towards the slate.
Our very high tech models.
So, a little bit of background on sort of how this is going to work. This is there's a mechanic for operating the slate, and we're going to kind of just do it now relatively quickly. Essentially, the way that this works is you are going to run your helm a certain number of times. Getting across the slate takes 10 rounds.
Oh, damn.
You are able to. Each of these rounds, you're going to actually be able to cut time out depending on how good his helm roll is.
All right.
So he's going to roll for helm.
One.
Flying Ace doesn't help with this?
No. Well, it does insofar as it attaches to your helm roll. But you're using your helm roll, which is 16.
Okay.
You're going to roll 16. You're going to tell me what your number is, okay?
Okay.
The rest of you buckle in. As you head towards this thing, it's wild. So you pass by the 9 worlds of the Brightest Eye. That's Pupil and Limb World and Mind World and Tongue World, and you head past all of these various planets and systems until you are punching literally like out into what seems like utter darkness, and it doesn't seem like there's anything in the distance. No stars, no anything. And as you get closer and closer to it, the space seems to light up. It becomes white hot with energy. A wall, seemingly endless, in every direction in front of you as you head towards it. This is the slate. Microcurrents can allow you to actually travel through the slate at times, but anything larger than a very small ship will immediately get consumed by anything there. Any biological material will be consumed by the slate. If the slate damages your vessel, you're going to need to contain that shit fast or jettison that part of the vessel. Getting across the slate is a dangerous maneuver.
10.
Damn. Nice. So that is the very. So that's
you, Jeff.
I didn't say it, Jeff.
So that's the very highest threshold for a full success, meaning you lose 6 of your 10 rounds to that, which is awesome. Meaning you only have to succeed 4 rounds
more
here.
times.
Okay.
Is there anything I can do on scanners to help bolster Dylan?
Not now.
I mean, I think
Yeah, 'cause I
also
thought that'd be a good
the
idea.
thing Hans would
That's the thing. That's the
probably-
thing we could have done before the roll, but now that we're like going, we're going.
Oh, I mentioned that to Jim. I mentioned that.
I understand that, but he didn't do it. What's
So
up?
orders to Hans just to follow his natural instincts, scan the living crap out of the slate. I mean, it's what he would do, right?
Go for it if you like.
Yes.
Go for it.
Alive. I want data.
Data.
Captain, are we sure this is
In fact,
the way they went?
Jack,
Yep.
if we're to believe the new,
2 of my 4 willpower into this roll.
Okay.
then yes.
Nice.
Time to put that to
Do
the
I?
test.
Do you need me to roll again?
Great.
No,
Okay.
I'm just waiting for him to roll this. So that's just
It is
scan
an
plus 2.
11.
Dang, man,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a success.
Maybe we'll see
Okay.
trees you've never seen before.
So as your vessel heads into the
nice.
slate, you start pulling in as much data as you can. Now you've flown through the slate before, but this is a
Something
totally
green
different
indeed.
side of it. You're on a new vessel, it's got totally new scanners. Who knows what you're gonna pick up, right? So you start pulling in data and material. One of the things that you pull up right away, and we'll get to this later, you pull up a whole bunch of data and we can kind of talk about what you get out of it later, but I do wanna just put this in your ear. There is a strange radiation here. Something that, like, the slate normally comes up with a whole bunch of different sort of unknowable radiation factors. You are used to seeing these things, and in fact, the Tall Klee no longer think of them as unknown, they just think of them as slate radiation, and they have a whole bunch of different classifications for slate radiation. You're picking up something that is the opposite of slate radiation. It seems to be actually counteracting slate materials and weakening the slate in this area along the warp path that you've been heading along, or the crossing path that you're heading along.
Wow.
Meaning that there is a corridor that's actually making this easier for you guys to get there, though you have no idea why. As you pass through this area, suddenly over your comm systems, Nidar, you start to hear a sort of chatter. The chatter is in Pac-Ha Basic. It's a Pac-Ha radio signal. But in order to pull in more of it, you'll have to roll. Do you want to do that?
Let's do it.
Okay. So this is a communications roll. This is your manipulation, your empathy, your expression, your socialize, and any... no, you speak the language, so we'll add 3 to that. 9, please.
All right.
Got this, homie.
All right.
Little brain.
Captain, I'm getting some communication. Pac-Ha Basic, I'm not...
Tell me something.
Let me tune in.
Tell me something.
Expand my brain power. And I got a
more.
4.
All right.
That's a 3.
Oh, so no, that was 7.
Oh no, but that's 10.
Right, 4.
Yeah, okay.
So that is enough that you receive a few sort of like scattered Pac-Ha words. You hear the words Border 17. You hear the word Kotaman.
That's a Syrian vessel.
That's the ship.
That was a Syrian vessel.
Well,
They
to
were
answer
chasing.
your earlier question, I think we are going in the right direction.
Fine. Okay.
All right.
Okay, hold up a second.
Captain, given
That was your first round?
Yeah.
Now we're going into your second. I'm rolling sort of what you end up with. As you pass by, suddenly there is a wave that hits you like a ton of bricks. It does 5 damage to your vessel. Taking down your shields and doing 3 damage to your hull.
Okay.
Do you want
The whole ship shakes with the pressure of the slate. It's a scary moment for everybody involved. Roll composure, please.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Do I get to put my tolerance for chaos into any of this?
Your tolerance for chaos is already applied to your composure.
Got it. So just the 3 then?
Yep.
As per usual?
Yep. It's 3. Dylan, it's 10. To Ka, it's nothing. Nidar, it's 7.
7?
And Hans,
I need to level up my composure.
Riding
man.
the wave. Me too, apparently. Man,
No, I have 0.
garbage. Whoa.
I don't even get to roll. I just
Right.
freak out.
We're just gonna like put you in like a dark place every time something bad happens. Like get her to like a
isolation check.
Get into another. Just like
yeah, you are also a
plan.
0.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Oh man.
Yeah, except that you're a 1 on composure, but that gets checked out against your empathy.
You're freaking out.
What's up?
I only got 2.
Okay.
I got 2.
You got 2?
I don't get to roll.
Okay. All of the rest of you
Freaks out.
make no actions for the next turn. You are freaking out. That whole thing like threw you. However, you keep flying.
Yeah.
The whole bridge is going crazy.
how you pilot.
Everybody's
That's how you
freaking
pilot.
out, but the pilot, you've still got this.
Cool.
This place
cucumber.
sucks.
You have
I
2 more
super
rounds to
agree.
survive in the slate. You pass through a clear sector of space. Congratulations. No damage, no actions, nothing is taken during this round. So as a result, it's just the pilot taking over and like you're doing some badass maneuvers. Noble Defender is really like, he's really earning his keep today. And finally,
I don't even name.
holy shit.
You're eaten by whales.
Damn it, he's laughing. Damn it.
We're all dead now.
Yeah.
The end.
Huge lava whales come crashing
Yeah.
through.
Fucking lava whales.
As you, it looks like you're gonna make it.
It looks.
You're getting through the slate. There's that moment of kind of hope as you start to realize like, okay, yeah, maybe we'll be okay. Maybe we'll be okay. And then as you just as you cross through the slate, a huge energy wave bashes up against both sides of your ship, trying to hold you in the slate, and essentially just starts to tear parts of your hull off as you make it through. You do make it through, but you make it through. I swear to God, I didn't. It's amazing that this happened.
I have to like redraw this drawing. Like,
Yeah. Literally one more damage and your ship would have exploded. You did
classic.
6 damage was done to your vessel, and you now have 1 damage
one?
left on your vessel. Your hull is down to nothing.
Oh, no.
But you've made it through the slate.
Yes!
Yeah.
All right.
Are we dead?
By the grace of this pilot.
Wow.
The game would have just ended tonight were it not for him.
How do Brightest Eye repair their hulls?
Generally with like manual labor and repair, it generally takes a lot of Brightest Eye or a lot of limb. It takes like resources and effort. You would need to go back to do that. So moving forward, repairing this vessel is going to involve a certain amount of like effort, and we're probably not going to be able to deal with that tonight.
Can I?
Takad just sort of like pats
Do I
your
see
shoulders
anything
like,
that
good
you
job,
can
pilot
glance at in 5 seconds
Good
without,
job.
Can we hang out by the trees?
significant engineering
Yes, you
to
can,
bolster their
you can
existing
touch the trees.
shields?
Okay, good, good.
Go ahead and roll for engineering.
While that happens,
I'm gonna give
just
you
gonna,
a
like,
roll
lose
for
my
that.
shit completely and like, freak out and be really happy about everything that just went down.
Are you?
God, the eye shines bright.
Yeah, shine
It
bright.
shines bright.
14, please.
I think she just makes a lot of creaking noises sometimes.
No, you don't. As you crest over the into the darkness, outside of that, you look out to see your dream. Darkness, stars in every direction, galaxies, color,
It's perfect.
a world outside.
Whoa.
We just did something that no living Brightest Eye save the mother has ever experienced. We just saw the rest of the universe.
What now?
That thing back there killed my parents.
What?
Hashtag awkward.
Do you want me to kill
I
it,
don't know how
Captain?
to answer.
Do we?
I have no idea how to respond.
Can I
to that.
tell if he's
It
telling
has
the truth or
parents?
not?
Oh, yes. Listen, I want to
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to see if he's telling
Jody
the
can.
truth about that.
Oh, Jody.
You get a plus 15 against lie detection.
The record scratches and everyone stares at home.
So you're gonna roll 15 minus your subterfuge, which is 14, minus your empathy, which is 13, plus your composure, which is 14. 14, please.
You know, just go hardcore.
The limb, as I said, sort of can read space-time fluctuation. What that means is that they can also read interpersonal fluctuation. So if a character is lying, they can generally seek it out simply by listening to the world around them.
4?
4? You are not sure. You have never encountered a Tallacli and do not know what it looks like when a Tallacli lies.
I just look at it suspiciously.
All right.
I do not like this thing I do not understand.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're just sitting
Not
in
majorly
space outside this
concerned.
thing.
Concerned
Yeah.
about this.
They're like,
Nice,
That's
nice.
nice,
Yes, that's
great.
nice. Now we're in the. What
it's
do we
not
do
share
now?
time.
Seems like a bit more information than I would need. Little brother, thank you for what you just did. The only reason we're still alive is because of you.
Don't mention.
And now if we intend to kill everyone who just took the heretic, I think we'll probably need to do some work on this ship. Keep on their path. Don't stop following their crossing signature. But Nidar, Hans, tell me what you can do to get us back in working order.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys do one roll in order to confirm repairs together as you head at crossing speed to. What was it?
No, just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
As you head at crossing speed towards Border 17. This is a repair roll. Nidar, you are going to roll. This is made of your wits, your field engineering, and your investigation.
Has tech.
And that's all you have for that. That's 11.
11, all right.
Yeah.
Hans, that is a 14.
I'm definitely going for it. I'll go crazy for
And the two of you, because you're straight up doing this thing together and we're ordered to do it together, I'm just going to combine your.
Get the heretic. Tell everyone else. Make him.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right.
Fault.
We can improve our sensors.
lifetime manual.
Oh,
Yeah.
rolling,
I think we're gonna do okay.
rolling.
All right, 4.
Up space.
9.
Space.
So that's
Ranger.
outstanding success. That's a 5 dot repair.
It's an awful space.
So we're going to repair your hull.
Big,
1, 2,
sentient,
3,
murderous
4,
space
5 dots.
Big space river space like travel.
This is,
No big deal.
this is how you do it, correct?
This is.
I'm going to repair your hull
brain,
5
so
dots,
it's like-
and I'm going to bring your shields back up.
Oh, nice.
Wiggle on your hand.
And that is how you
like it.
So on the way to Border 17, he manages to mobilize a bunch of limbs to the outside of the ship. A few of them die because moving at crossing speed, but the ones that manage to hold on do manage to like bolt the hull back into place.
Nuts.
Utilizing.
Nuts.
It's the primary limb on the ship. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do something if they die, like record their names or something.
Record
I kind
their
of just
names.
don't.
I like the idea that you're supposed to record their names, but you don't. Yes, that sounds great.
Yeah,
That sounds
but
like a very, Taka thing to do.
I maybe have like a specific tree and I just go like put another hash mark in the tree.
Oh.
But
But you've stopped,
Literally just counting them. You're like,
stopped naming them anymore.
Yeah,
They're just
she
You know
walks
what?
away.
number.
You walk away from your post and go and sit with the trees and notch down a couple of times on the trees where
What are
your
these notches?
people fell.
that's how my people die. That's as much effort as I'm willing to put into remembering them.
It's a lot of notches.
They're jerks, man. They're I hate those people.
We're gonna rush along here because it's late and I want to get you guys through this mission.
Yeah.
So what do I have back on my hull? Just so that I know.
5.
Yeah, you're 5 back on your hull. So your hull
the
is
shields
now
are
at 6, and your shields are back to 2.
Of course, we almost die in the first game. Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Everybody, if you ever play a game with Jack, you will almost always die on your first game.
Did the Pac-Ha almost die on their first game? I guess Gina almost did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Even
not
almost died.
Yeah.
all burny.
It's a Jackson special. They're all dead, you guys. You just don't know it yet. It's like the Sixth. Wait, can I spoil the Sixth Sense here? Is that a good idea? It's probably not a good idea.
Somebody on there hasn't.
Yeah, some kid hasn't seen the Sixth Sense. I'm sorry, kid. Okay.
He sees things.
See the Sixth Sense. All right.
You can say there's ghosts in the Sixth Sense. That's pretty.
You're not giving it.
That's not a spoiler.
He sees
Yeah.
dead things. That's true.
It's true. He sees dead people.
Guys, that was like 96.
I know, but there's so
Wait,
many
shit,
children
is-
that have been
is
born
that
since then that are watching.
20 years
yeah.
old?
Okay. Welcome to
something like that.
Border 17, you guys. You cross into the uncharted world known as Border 17. As far as your maps are concerned, no species has jurisdiction over this over this place. However, just to make sure that you're
Plant a flag in it, bitches.
yeah.
Christ.
So
They have a
but,
flag.
you know, just to be clear, that's based on
We have a
Tallacli
logo.
information.
I do.
how much you want to go with that is up to you. Brightest Eye literally do not have star charts for this area. You do not know what this is.
Right.
We're recording.
You are at crossing speed. You're within distance of being able to drop out. How you approach this is up to you. You're all on the bridge. What do you do?
Ooh.
Question: Does
Yes.
space-time fluctuation sensing help with anything like this, like going to a new place?
Not until you're there. You actually have to be in a place in order
Okay,
to do
got
it.
it.
But once you're there, go for it.
Okay, can Hans and Nidar like scan ahead while we're still in crossing to get a feel of like where there are people, where there are ships, these kinds of things, or do we have to drop out of crossing?
Your scanners are not capable of doing long-range scans like that.
Okay.
What you could do is once you are in the system, you could run a scan. You could also do a long-range scan just to see if you ping anything that's notable brightest eye enemy, because that'll come up. Maybe
Anything that we've met
Captain?
before?
Yeah.
So a Pac-Ha ship would come up.
Maybe.
And maybe a Siren ship.
Captain?
We've definitely killed them.
Yeah,
I'd be
maybe.
suggesting if we drop out of crossing speed right outside the farthest planet and use the.
You have a scanners of 1, is why I'm saying
Yeah.
this. Like your scanners are like base level scanners.
Yeah, okay.
If we drop right outside the system and use the farthest planet away as a shield for detection, then we can scan the system without being noticed.
I'm sort of curious about something. How much money does this ship have?
The ship has no money.
We talked about like vaults. So like we would have to generate the money to fill our own vault. Okay.
Not today. Today we kill and kidnap.
We will make them pay the iron
Rules of
price.
acquisition.
That's right. Yeah.
Always
yeah,
have money.
In Latinum?
Capital.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Latin
Right.
price.
Capital.
The Siren money, which is sort of the money that everybody uses. Think of like Latinum in Star Trek or credits, Imperial credits in Star Wars. In V.A.S.T, that is Siren Capital, which is run by the Siren Ventures. The very kind of ship that you guys are heading off of. So if you were looking for a lot of Siren Capital, you might find it on that ship.
That'd be sweet. Okay. No, I have little and less interest in hiding behind a planet right now. Pull us out of crossing directly above, what was it? Border 17? Above Border 17 and keep us moving.
Captain, if I may, we shouldn't drop out of crossing speed right above a planet. We should do it just outside the planet. Trust me.
God, I really want to just be a dick.
It's
Okay.
up to you, man.
Nope, I'm not that awful. I love and respect my crew.
He says with such despair.
You're so convincing.
Captain, your call, but I just think things will go really wrong if we drop out of warp right above the planet.
Who cares if anything ever goes wrong? Fine. We'll drop out of crossing outside of orbital range of the planet. Hans, I want scanners going. Nidar, I want you checking for any life signs. We know that the heretic is of a brightest eye or brightest eye vassal species, or we know nothing about it.
You know
We
he's a
got an
tongue.
image of him.
We know he's a tongue. Oh right, yeah, we got these.
I actually was gonna say.
look for a tongue.
Okay, great.
No. Nidar, look for a tongue.
Look for a tongue.
I want you
Okay.
looking for ships. I want to make sure that nothing's going to blow us out of the sky. Weapons at the ready, burn cannons. You're going to have to, maybe just start blind firing like a mad woman.
Is Nidar looking for a life sign telepathically?
Yeah, he's scanning.
Yeah.
He's looking telepathically for a tongue. And
Interesting.
keep us fucking moving.
Can do.
Okay. So you guys are going to drop out like just outside the planet?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Just
you're at
outside
long
orbit,
range from the planet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, just understand, like, the closer you are to the planet, the easier your scans are.
Oh, mid-range.
Yeah,
We should be mid-range.
But in mid-range, you'll be able to be detected by anything that's around.
No, long range is fine.
Okay.
We'll do Dylan's silly plan.
Got it.
Sorry, Noble's silly plan.
So you drop out of range at long range from the planet. The planet is in the distance, little small globe outside your view screen. It is a green and it's a mostly green planet. And you can see in orbit occasional wreckage that's just kind of floating around the area. But it's too far for you to know just from eyesight what that looks like. Your first move was to do scans.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen.
Okay. So everybody who can scan is gonna scan. To Ka, your listen
I'm gonna take
is
a nap. In a captainly manner.
Captain Lee.
yeah, your listen is still five.
Fellow.
No. 7 because you're doing an investigation check. So 7. Telepathy scan for you, Nidar, is your wits, your investigation, your xenoanthropology, your empathy, your telepathy, and your danger sense. 20.
Okay, I need your.
Yeah.
Let's see your thinking.
That's something special.
And then Hans, it's a 19.
Yep. I got a 7.
Okay. So that's a full success.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Yeah.
You
Success.
you listen. There is the echo of battles. Something happened here. Something violent.
Which anyone looking out the window at the wreckage could probably
Yeah.
tell without my magic space
people-
powers.
people-
Violent has
People
Something
died.
happened
You hear
here.
screams. They're in the Siren language.
Some Sirens died.
Translators?
Okay.
You
7.
you rolled a 7 and you rolled a 7.
Ears for them.
Okay, so you each pick up something. Your scans, scientifically, pick up a very loud signal. Actually, it's a Pac-Ha signal. There is a Pac-Ha vessel somewhere on that planet's surface. Your scans indicate that they've sent a boarding
They
party
get
into the
annoying.
forest, but that boarding party seems to be static.
shrill.
They seem to be just like in one place. They do not seem to be moving. They are next to what appears to be the wreckage of the Siren vessel. The scans that you were provided by the mother and the fathers indicate that this is in fact the same vessel, the Kotaman. Meanwhile, Nidar, you pick up a very different thing. In the woods, deep there, you detect a signal, an echo, a presence that you haven't felt for 5 years. There are rare on this planet. They seem to be in the woods, closing on the Siren
Those
vessel.
crystal bastards.
Fuck my fans. Okay.
But trees.
Captain, what are your orders?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go down. We're gonna do some murders.
Okay.
All right.
It's revenge time.
It's definitely revenge time. Is the easiest way for us to get onto a planet's surface the whip or the boarding spears?
Oh, the whip. You shouldn't ever use the boarding spears as a... those are really dangerous to drop on.
Now you tell us.
You guys barely survived the last time you did that. You should use the whip whenever possible, or you should land the vessel.
We didn't know we had a whip.
Oh,
Do we not have point-to-point shuttles?
But those spears,
You have
though.
your point-to-point shuttle. They do not have shuttles.
How
How
many
many
does
people
it
can
carry?
it fit?
The whip isn't metal,
You
guys.
could carry 2 people in your shuttle.
And a brain.
Yeah, I mean, right. The brain doesn't take up much space, so the mind can
He
kind of
said
go...
2 people, Ray.
It's a brain isn't a
Mines
person.
aren't people.
Oh, guys, you're so
Whoa.
mean.
Not
Don't be
yet.
so
That's true. I
speciest.
believe they are
It's
people. I believe they're
no,
very
it's
important
part of a
Jarheads
person.
are people.
That's true. Well,
So it's like
is
a
the
half a
planet
person.
the whole
It's like
person?
half a
Then? Anyway,
person.
this is getting into a lot of problematic territory.
It's luggage. Isn't
I'm
it,
here from
Jar?
the ACLU. I'd
Okay,
like to talk to you about your game.
what
I mean, is
we're
it
gonna do-
logical to assume that
So
that...
we can land our ship on a planet. We don't have to orbit and then whip down. We can land it.
You can land, yes.
It's
Okay.
logical to assume that Pac-Ha vessel is there after the same
I think we should
target
keep
we
an order,
are.
though.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they
have a
seem to have, for all intents and
crew of
purposes,
1,000
surrounded
running it.
that target, so yes.
Yeah.
What
But they are not
happens if
moving.
we fire on that ship right now?
On the Pac-Ha ship?
Yeah.
I think we.
I mean,
blow
they
up a
played
Pac-Ha
this
ship.
mission already. Like,
Oh.
Okay, so just, oh, you don't have
No,
common
no,
sense,
no,
so
no,
no,
thank
I'm
you.
not going to tell you. Go ahead.
Did we find the coordinates of the tongue? We got the rare.
You have no signal of a tongue anywhere.
We only
so
know
there's
that
the
the
Pac-Ha
rare is
ship,
down there.
and there's the wreck.
And the
of
Pac-Ha
Siren
vessel is a
ship.
small vessel. It is not a large-scale starcrosser. It's like a smaller vessel.
oh, okay. So it's not.
What a tall Klee might recognize as like a salvage vessel.
But,
And then there's the wreck of the Siren ship.
So
but they
Jack,
would maybe know what happened at least. That
so Jack, the crystal
seems like
entities,
that
they're
could
not
be
usually in
valuable
the system.
information.
So they're, this
Then we
is a
can
rare
kill 'em.
occasion, correct?
Yeah, I mean this is uninhabited territory, and you don't know what would be rare or not. All you know is that the Vrare were held back from
Right.
the worlds of the brightest eye.
And
That's
they
all
seem,
you know.
And they seem to be coming to one point. Oh, they're all circling one point?
Yeah, they're all circling the Kotaman.
Got it.
Seems like everybody is there for this.
Okay.
Everybody.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
what's-
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fly this ship into orbit.
And there's like, oh, by the way,
no, like in
very,
the
very light
atmosphere?
traces of the radiation that you previously detected in the slate in your scans, but like not a lot.
one would assume that's the Kataman.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's no radiation on the planet's surface. It's pretty clear.
Okay.
Would Hans have knowledge of what the crystals might be after, in the sense of like they need sustenance or something?
They're crazy for murder.
They just want to wipe out all organic life.
We recognize
Kill
that.
all organic life.
Okay.
I mean, Hans, you can roll for knowledge about the Brer if you like.
I'm not worried about
Absolutely.
knowing anything about the
I'll
Brer.
roll about all knowledge.
So that's a.
I might find a better
Do
way
that
to.
on your own time.
Does he want to does
13.
does
13.
Nidir want to do it with me?
Can we do it?
He
No.
would not know more than
Might
you.
find a better way to kill him. What?
Sorry, what? 15?
13.
13.
What do you want to do?
4.
You're gonna get us into that.
You don't know much about the Brer either. You know about as much as I've explained so far.
Got it.
Okay. Let's get into the thick of it. Noble.
Is there anything we could bring that produces cold? That worked pretty well last time.
It's a really good idea.
Okay.
Cold.
Hans, start working on something that might be
Cold gun.
Tell him about your story.
able to. Yeah, I'll give him the spiel. The last time we fought a rare horde, one of my men, in fact, the man whose position you're currently taking, sacrificed his life to save ours. He did it by freezing the Vrare in space and exploding them. I'm sure you have a vague idea of how crystals work. They're not so different. If you can jerry-rig something up before we get onto this planet's surface, I wouldn't exactly complain about it.
Are we looking for something that is a
Portable.
personal weapon or
Yeah.
portable?
Augment this gun.
Sure.
I
What
throw one of
kind
my
of roll
guns.
would that be?
So he throws you his gun. What was
Oh
that?
dear. Oh.
Yeah,
It just goes off everywhere.
you drop it and throw it away and all this other stuff. I'm not going to make you roll to catch it, but your dex is not high, so you do probably fumble with it. You throw your gun at him, he picks it up, he drops it.
Guns like a
But then he picks it back up.
Throw guns.
And yeah, he asks you to modify that
It is a science
to push
thing,
out
not a
coolant.
catching thing.
Science thing.
You gonna try to do that?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Sure. What's the roll first?
It's your engineering roll. It's 14.
Okay. Yeah. We can try that.
Okay. Though again, don't metagame like that. Don't choose to do something because you have a high roll or a low roll.
No,
Just
it's-
as a general rule, I don't want you guys doing
It's a question of how stupid or smart Hans thinks it is.
Right.
Like if he's like, oh, this is something I'm good at. If he's like, this is something I'm gonna blow up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
That's fair.
Do you think it's the most important thing I'll do all game? Because I can spend the willpower.
No.
Oh,
I
no.
think it's a very good idea, but it's
I'm
not the
very
most important
squishy.
thing to do all game.
6.
Okay. So he starts it, but he's not going to have it ready for a while.
Okay.
Okay.
You can continue to work on it throughout the.
Sure.
Yeah, keep working on it. Okay. Noble, get us into atmosphere. I want to be right above that Pac-Ha vessel. Taka,
Will do.
I want to blow up that Pac-Ha vessel.
Shields?
Nidar, keep looking for the tongue.
All right.
No, I'm not worried about shields. Nothing's shooting us out of the sky yet.
All right.
You don't know that.
Do we need to get anything or anyone from the Pac-Ha vessel, or just blow it up?
No, just blow it up.
Okay.
Okay. You swing down to the vessel. Go ahead and roll helm for that, please, Noble Defender. That is a 16 helm check.
Okay. Everyone hold your breath. Everyone hold your breath. 5.
Okay. So the ship, as it enters Atmo, starts to sort of like buckle and shift. The generally Bretta-sized ships aren't great in Atmo, but that's why they have all the various deals. But they can sustain it as long as they're like well piloted. So the ship takes
Yeah, Noble.
the ship takes a little bit of strain, which is going to
Flying it.
as far as I think what we're going to do here is we're going to take a couple of pegs off of your engines. Basically meaning that you have only 1 in evasive actions and 2 in combat maneuvers. Rather than your 5 and 2 standard.
So you said
It
two or
goes
three in
2-1 now.
combat.
Rather than 5-2,
2-1.
it's 2-1.
Got it.
Okay, so as you head down to the planet, you are essentially locking right above the Pac-Ha vessel. The Pac-Ha vessel is a you can sort of see it now that you're down there, is a small sort of salvage vessel. It doesn't seem to have a terrible lot of weapons. It has a small crew complement, and it is sitting there alone. It has cabling that seems to be running through the forest to the Siren vessel, which lies sort of sticking out of the ground, its engines up in the air. You can kind of see it through the jungle. The whole forest seems to be jungle. Or the whole area down there seems to be jungle, which you would recognize quite well. More jungle
like a
than forest.
little smile on her face anyway, though.
Takal smiles, you guys. That's bad news. No, I'm kidding.
Roll composure.
Everybody roll composure. No.
It's happy trees.
Yeah. All right. What do you do?
Okay.
She paints
All
in her
right.
spare time.
God, this is
What are
going to
they?
be
What
funky.
is, what
Right,
is
what's
happening
going
down
on?
there? What is
You told me
happening?
to shoot the.
Yeah, can we just take
do
a second
shoot
to
it.
just,
we have
like, what is happening?
Do we
I
want me
feel
to
like
scan
I've
for the
lost
tongue
the
again?
plot.
Should we do a
Right,
tongue scan again?
The Pac-Ha ship
parents
has a
talk,
ton of
everybody.
cable connected to the Siren vessel, to the Kataman. Everything's converging on the Kataman, right?
The Vrera are in the woods on the other side, converging on the Kataman.
We need this shit.
Is
The
everyone
Kataman
looking-
got shot down in orbit and has crash landed. God knows what shot it down. Probably not the Pac-Ha since it's got like no guns. Possibly rare. Why not?
Yeah.
We can't find the tongue yet, and that's it, right? Okay.
At this point, if the goal was to try to track and know what the hell happened to the Kataman, probably your best move is to try to get the ship.
Yeah.
Get to the Kataman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get to it, get on it, steal it.
Yeah.
However you want to
I can
deal
fly
with
over
it.
and drop
Like
you on
your
it.
ship technically could drag it out of the planet using those cables if you wanted. You
Right.
could go down to the vessel and get it manually. Really, all you're trying to do, I think, at this point, is understand what this thing is and whether it was the Vrera or the Pac-Ha that took it down.
That sounds
Right.
like our kind of problem solving, right?
Get down
Like,
there. Yeah.
No, fuck that. Like,
No, I've
fire
always-
a goddamn harpoon into this thing and drag it back up out of Atmo where we can look at it safely.
We have an
sounds
engine that's
very
down,
like
just
me.
to remember.
I vote
not
for
dead
going
entirely.
down to the forest.
I know you do. All right. That's what we're gonna do. First thing,
That smile turns upside down real fast.
Hans.
It's a sad day.
I'm sorry. We might get you down there.
Cat-
Hold on.
To be fair, that forest
Wait.
seems like a forest of crystal
Hans.
death.
Can we?
I want you
still
to
has
figure out
trees.
what that cable's doing. I don't know. I don't understand what it's doing, why it's connected to the Kataman. I want to figure out what it's doing. If it's data, I want you to start pulling all the data that thing is
And it's
pulling out of the
it's
Kataman.
connected up to a Pac-Ha ship that's in orbit.
No, the Pac-Ha ship has
Landed.
landed. It is below you. You are on
Could we
top
take
of
any
it
other
right now.
second
It is run cables to the
Money's
vessel,
physical.
and then it has
Yeah,
people
this-
in the
it wouldn't
forest.
be.
No, I just want information.
interesting.
They may be pulling
Pac-Ha
from
people in the
Kataman
forest.
or powering,
But
it.
not in the Kataman.
Not as far as you can tell.
Could we? I could pilot over it, drop you on top of the
Okay, when you say you
bridge,
want me,
and jump into the bridge, break into the bridge, and get all the information from the ship. See what happened.
when you say
do
you
it
want me to
remotely.
find out what it's doing, do you mean you want me to go aboard that ship?
No, remotely. We're doing this from orbit.
I mean,
We're
I
doing
can
this-
scan and
Can we
see.
Scan?
Yeah, scan and see.
Okay.
A lot of scanning.
You start to receive. Scan.
Yeah, sure. You want me to?
Yeah.
7.
Okay. Those are towing cables. They're attaching it so that they can get the ship out of here. This is a salvage vessel. The reason, the way that you know this immediately is that you start to receive a comms repeating chatter over and over and over again in the human language, which you speak, Nidar.
Oh.
So you're able to push out a translation to the rest of the team.
And Noble Defender would know.
No.
No. No, he's just.
Ray's
all
speaking
right.
brightest.
All right.
Just make a lot of
Only-
clicking
Clickety
sounds.
clack clack clack. His accent's super.
This is the
Translating.
Pac-Ha salvage vessel Alpha 1. We are currently
But I
receiving we are currently unable to leave the planet's surface. Our personnel are caught in the woods. We are under attack. Please help. Please help. This is the Pac-Ha salvage vessel Alpha 1. Our current.
We can turn that.
Yeah. But I recognize it. I recognize it's the things from my tapes that I've watched. I recognize that.
What tapes?
Well, is
Velvets
it
and
English?
Robin- and Robin
So
Hood.
it's Pac-Ha basic. You would not recognize the language.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, it's different than Old Earth.
Correct.
Not English, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus, you would really be hearing it through his translation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or maybe you'd be hearing it through the
Captain, they're in
concordance.
the woods. Like there's something important in the woods.
You might be right. The most important thing is there's a bunch of Pac-Ha and a bunch of Rear killing each other.
So we get that shit.
Yeah.
I doubt the Pac-Ha pose much of a danger to us.
Pac-Ha's
Unless
not a
they
danger.
really, really want what's in the ship.
What's a
Which I
Pac-Ha?
presume they do.
Don't worry about
It's a
it.
thing you shoot.
Okay. First things first.
Pac-Ha.
Pac-Ha, fire on those towing cables. I just want them severed. I don't want that freighter to be able to pull anything off the place of this planet until we're ready for it.
Do you want me to damage the Pac-Ha ship or not yet?
No, they don't seem to be able to go anywhere. Just hit the cables.
Okay.
Just hit those cables, babe.
Okay, this is a ranged weapons roll, basically. You're just gonna, the damage is gonna be the actual damage of your ship's guns. So this is your dex, your ranged combat, and your. No, that's it. 7.
Two. I need to get better dice.
All right.
I need to get
So
wooden
you
dice.
you fire on the towing cables and it hits near one of them, but like in orbit, your calibrations are still not quite on. So it doesn't hit and sever; it just hits nearby. As it hits nearby, all of a sudden you start to receive scans. Your system goes into sort of security mode as your ship begins to get scanned, not just by the Pac-Ha vessel underneath, but by the distant Brer Horde vessel. You just drew all of the attention to yourself.
Sweet.
And now
I love
everything on the planet knows you're here.
Oops.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I mean,
So proud of you.
fire,
I tried.
fire tow cable. Let's haul.
Let's get this.
Well, if we can, those tow cables are attached to the Kataman.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no one in.
If I tow the Pac-Ha vessel, will I tow the Kataman too?
Yeah, but that's a lot to tow. It'll put a lot of strain on your vessel.
So
Yeah,
we couldn't
okay, that's
just
not
get
gonna
the. Yeah.
Well, I mean, who's got stronger tow cables, us or the Pac-Ha?
I mean, you
We're bigger.
Pac-Ha generally have better technology than the Brightest Eye.
we're a bigger
in
ship.
any general state.
Which
But-
is why I would think that our primitive technology might be superior to their primitive technology.
You never know.
I'm not gonna mess with that.
It's an F-150
stuck right now anyway. Okay. Well, great. How far away is? Figure out how far away that rear vessel is. Take another shot at those tow cables.
Okay, the rear vessel has taken to the air and is heading towards you now.
Okay.
Okay.
You have room for another shot. Do it.
Make it count.
By the way, Taka, if you want to throw willpower into this, this would be one of those things you might want to think
You
about.
should.
Dangerously close to caring. I don't know.
Oh, nice, nice. That's what I'm talking about.
I threw in 2 more willpower and doubled my roll to 4.
Hey, nice! That's a success. It's not a great one, so it blows away one of the 2 cables. The cable explodes. One of the 2 cables is down.
Good enough.
Can I roll
the
to
rear-
get
what's up?
Sorry, can I roll to get an advantage to kind of move the ship into a better shooting position?
No, you're in a good.
Okay.
I mean, you're right above the thing.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Now we've got
little
twice the number of tow
cable.
cables
They
do if we fire our tow cables.
However, the Brer Horde vessel is coming at you. It is larger than the previous vessel. It is not a single sort of swarm. It's not a bunch of swarm ships. It's a single larger vessel. It is moving towards you. Please roll your
Initiative.
which is your crew preparation.
Oh right, no.
Which is 1.
Scrap.
Do you have a ship sheet on that, Jack?
Fail.
The Screaming Valor.
No, for the Brer Horde vessel.
I do.
Okay. Captain, when you want, I'd love to scan that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Scan the shit out of it.
Scan the
Scan the shit.
What'd you get?
Oh, I failed.
Okay. So it's going to take first action. As it moves towards you, as you see the forest beneath you start to
I'm
start to
ironically
rustle.
allergic to all the trees.
It's as if something is going on in the
I'm
forest
allergic to pollen.
underneath,
Trees.
but it's not. Maybe as if something were moving along the forest line, or as if the trees were moving on their own.
Can I sense anything from the trees?
Go ahead and roll for it.
But the trees have no tongue.
That's gonna be your listen. You're 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1.
The trees are angry.
The trees are really angry, you guys.
Trees are angry.
Trees are angry?
The eggs are going to war.
All right. So you
We don't own that.
you're going to call your orders now because they're going to take action, but I need to know what's in your defensive role. So,
Yeah,
orders.
okay.
Hey, we're back in ship combat to end the game.
Noble evasive maneuvers.
Done.
Let's see. Pac-Ha. Burn cannons at the rear.
Good.
Nidar.
Shield.
What the fuck? The trees are angry.
Yeah, there's a lot we're not getting right now.
Maybe they're digging for something, or coming
For a
down the
shockingly
trees.
effective crew, I feel shockingly ineffective.
Yeah, what the fuck is that all about? Nidar? See if you can speak to some trees.
Good idea.
Should we try that?
Yep.
All right.
Psychically speak to
Okay, so
some trees.
Nidar's not going to put
hold on,
power
hold
to
on.
anything this turn. Instead, he's going to take an action towards trying to scan the trees.
Good idea.
Or empathize with the trees, right?
Yes.
That's the idea?
Yeah, I want to open up communications with a bunch of trees.
Go ahead and roll 15 for that because I'm pushing your investigation.
And
Good for you.
Cons, scan the rear.
Yeah. So I'm removing
use your-
myself from
use
combat
this,
to
yeah.
take a non-combat scan roll. I want that ship sheet. Does that make sense?
The ship sheet comes from your combat scan.
The combat scan?
8.
Okay, but the thing is, a combat scan is going to be a 1. A non-combat scan is going to be... So, like, I thought we talked about this when we'd done the sort of practice round, right? Which was like...
So the way a science thing works is that
Yeah.
if you get 1 success, you get you get to look at the ship sheet.
Right.
If you get 2 or 3 successes, you get to know what their maneuver action is. And if you have 4 or 5 successes, you get to know what their weapons and maneuver action is, as well as their ship sheet.
Okay.
Science works a little bit differently than I think you're assuming.
Yeah, I have no interest in defensive bolsters. I just want...
I understand
Like,
that.
it just seems really weird to be like...
Okay, then yeah, if you're
Yeah.
if you're not even going to try to help in combat, sure, roll the 19.
Okay, great.
Okay, so
8.
8. Okay. Meanwhile, I need the bridge merits.
1.
Okay, so you're successful. You're not successful. Are you? What's the cause supposed to fire on?
The rear.
The rear.
You're supposed to fire on the rear. Okay.
Burn cannons, burn.
All right. So we're gonna do the scan stuff first, and then we're gonna resolve the order. What do you got?
9.
9. What'd you got? 8. Okay. So I don't have a printout ship sheet of this.
Sure.
Do you want me to just invite you to
We can do that, yeah.
a document?
I have a
Would that
phone.
work?
Yeah.
Ooh, we get to see what it looks like. Oh, all right.
Things we're gonna kill.
I'm just hoping there's something in
Edit
here that
picture.
helps us.
I feel like this musical episode of V.A.S.T that we've got going.
It's kind of weird.
Kafka, the musical.
Space Kafka.
Space Kafka, the musical.
What's the home movies version?
Written by Angela Weber.
So good.
I just said, hold on a moment.
Oh, sure.
There's a cockroach flying.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm sorry if I was not making
Okay, John, you got it.
All
All right, Ray, you are. You reach out to the planet below. What you find is something you have not felt since your homeworld, but makes a lot of sense given all that conversation you and Pac-Ha had about trees. See, this whole planet is a root system, like a brain, digging deep into the planet. The whole place seems to be pulsing with life, as if sort of all these trees are not a single, or not a bunch of individual organisms,
one
but rather
single
one
entity.
single organism, and it has felt threatened. What you get from it are a few images. The first image is of a great Pac-Ha vessel, a large one, that came down. It never touched the surface. It never desecrated the planet. But it did bring people down to the surface for a time. That ship left, escaped, went to parts unknown with the people left in that vessel. After that, the salvage operation came, and so too did the V.A.S.T. Both came to the planet in order to take what was left of this ship, and the planet has decided to defend itself. The minute that any of them stepped foot on the planet began to start eating them. And so that rustling you're seeing down there is
them
the
eating.
rare and the humans, or the Pac-Ha, both being essentially annihilated and eaten by the planet itself.
Oh, wow.
This is Taka's new favorite place. That's not her home world.
We should vacation here.
Yeah.
Planet is fairly dope. I mean,
That's right.
So meanwhile,
These are cool. I told you.
meanwhile, Max, please roll your defense. Your defense is just your shields.
Oh no, wait, go ahead.
6. Defense is just shield.
Defense is just your shields. No, I'm sorry, it's your shields plus your evasive. So
I'm glad we
3.
didn't go down on the surface.
I know.
Right?
That's a good point.
Yeah,
2
boarding party.
successes.
Could have
On the
been
other
eaten by
side.
trees.
They'd eat
But
you.
that's the
They'd eat
proper
you.
way to die, guys.
Right, no, I get it.
Not in space, on the ground, in the dirt.
What'd you roll?
Environmental Protection
By
Agency
two.
believes.
To feed,
Okay.
Correct.
2 of my 3.
continue to
Okay.
feed the trees. And
You are hit for 6, so mitigated by 2, that's 4 damage.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Your shields are now down, and 2 damage is done to your hull.
How much do we have left to our
Got
hull?
2 damage to
You
the
have
hull.
4 left to your hull.
You got
Okay.
it.
Guys, we can't beat this vessel at all.
Maybe we should
There's
run.
no way. Shit, I
Cut
hate
and
it.
run.
Now, just to note, the thing that you have learned, the vessel that crashed here, the Kataman, the thing that you were sent here to track that had the heretic on it,
Yeah.
no longer has anybody on it.
Yeah.
The Pac-Ha Peacekeep brought a ship here, they took whatever was on that vessel, and they left here long ago.
Okay.
Whatever you were looking for is no longer on this
gone.
planet. That's what he has picked up from the planet.
Okay.
We should get the F out.
We gotta move.
I really want to kill this ship.
But there's nobody on the ship.
Whoa, sorry.
no, the one
not
that
the-
the
Breaking
one
the
that
set.
shot us.
Breaking the set. Breaking the set.
Captain, with due respect, I appreciate your dedication to violence, but it's simply not feasible.
Oh,
how
it's
In
feasible
any,
is it for us
any
to
other
escape?
circumstance.
Oh, it's feasible.
Less feasible than I'd like it to be.
All right. Here's my idea, and I'm going to run it by my crew very, very quickly before anything explodes and we all die.
And the planet's set aflame.
What if we feed that ship to the planet?
But
I don't want to hurt the planet.
No,
we like
no.
the
We
planet.
feed the ship to the planet. It's just nourishment. We just give it something big to eat.
I
How do we
don't
do
know
that?
if
We nudge
metal's
it
that
into the planet?
nourishing.
Noble, you think you can get on top of this thing and push it straight down?
yes. But that's risking a few things.
We
I'm willing
have
to do that.
That's risking
What
We have
damage did the shot I took
We have
do?
4 hull,
With the
right?
bird
4
cannons?
hulls.
All
That's
right.
what we got.
So
Yep.
you guys push everything into defense?
I got.
Go ahead and roll
All right,
15.
They have 16. They
Okay,
have
yeah.
Brother.
8 help.
You haven't
rolls and
rolled your
8.
offensive roll on this round yet, so roll 15.
Okay.
Fine, I don't need to get through
Technically,
anything.
Max should be rolling it, but
Wrapped
I'm going to let you do it because, I mean, you know, he's got a lot on his
Oh,
plate.
is this the weapons roll?
Yeah, this is your attack roll.
Brother, do we really want to hear? Okay. Do we really want to waste our time pushing a ship into the
We
ground?
barely have any engines. I don't want to get blown out of the sky trying to run away.
4.
Okay,
That's shooting
your cannons
Okay.
do 1 damage to the shields of the railroad vessel, bringing the shields down from 8 to 7.
They,
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
yeah.
And they have 8 hull under that.
I may not be able to get you
They have
onto
8
that
hull
planet,
under-
but I think we can at least give it something. A little gift. All right, Noble,
Yep.
get on top of that ship and push it straight down. I want to basically ram the top of it.
All right.
Noble Defender, roll 16 for your helm roll, please.
Flying ace, come on. Come
my
on.
heavens.
It goes into it, man, but this is not a standard maneuver.
Night Arm
Damn.
Hans,
Keep in mind you have
everything
3
in defense.
willpower you could put into this roll if you wanted. This is
We're
going to be
doing
one of the
shields?
last rolls of the game.
Shields.
Time to start using all y'all's willpower.
What
Free
defensive
willpower,
bolster-
going in.
What was that?
What defensive bolster can Hans give to us?
Hans can scan the enemy ship and get its, and depending on how many successes he gets, he can get a bolster. Now, if he only gets 1 success, that's a 1 bolster.
Okay, everything in defense, you guys.
Power into shields.
Power into shields.
Do you
full
still want
on.
me to burn cannon them?
Yeah, I guess if you can. Well, their shields are up, so even if we aimed for something, it wouldn't really matter, right?
I mean, if you got through their shields, depends on how good the roll is.
Okay. Aim for.
Well,
Well, you could try to drive them down with a boarding spike.
Yeah, we have to get through their shields first. They don't go through shields.
Make a call.
Aim for their engines. I want to make sure they can't get after us.
Got it. Okay, you're aiming for engines.
And
He's
I'm
doing
gonna-
the helm
I do
maneuver.
Shield, right? Shield. But
You're putting power to shield.
Willpower.
So you're all.
So
You're,
it's 8.
No. You can't throw willpower into bridge merit rolls.
Right.
Just roll your bridge merits right now, you guys. What'd you get on that 16? You got 5 on that 16?
5.
Okay, it's really going to depend on how well these guys do. How'd you do?
3 out of 3.
All right, so that's a crit success. She's going to do 2 damage, or 2 rolls of damage on this thing. What do you got?
No.
Okay. What do you got?
2.
Yes.
Okay, you're good. Your power going to go. What do you got?
I got 1 success out of
All right,
one.
so that's 1 defensive bolster. So, go ahead and roll defense first. That's your shield value and your, which is at this point your power, which is 8, plus that goes to 9, and it's not an evasive action. So roll 9, please, for your defense, and you can put willpower into that if you like.
I would like that.
Cool, go for it.
Put it all.
Well, I need to put some into you flying this thing down into them, but I'm gonna put.
No, this is all that same. Well, no,
this is
that's
all
true.
of it.
Yeah, no,
it is
you're right. You're right.
And we
I'm gonna
can't
put
pull
1 into
willpower
it.
into
Okay.
this. Only Max can.
Yeah.
Okay.
The will is
That's right.
back.
Okay, so 10, right?
It's
5.
Max, by the way, the point I was making.
Okay, it crit failed.
We have.
Wall.
What did you roll?
5.
Oh, Inca God,
Damn
that
it,
was
man.
so.
Okay.
It's like 5 out of 10 is a crit fail. We're screwed.
And so you are good. You withstand. You withstand all of that defense. Now roll both of your attacks. You have 2 attacks.
Okay.
They are both using 15 for your burn cannons,
Okay.
plus your close, which is 2, which is what he was doing.
Right.
Cool.
So 2 plus
And Joey,
15, that's 17.
and did Joey get any bonuses or anything like that?
No,
I-
you get to do it twice.
Oh, got it. That's what it is. Right?
Yeah. Because it's technically not a standard close because she critted, because he's doing a whole maneuver, but because
Got it.
she's critted, I'm treating it like a close.
First one's 6.
Okay?
It's at 17, right?
Yep.
So I basically do a loop
And 5.
and
Not
come undone.
amazing.
So what was the first one?
6.
So that one did 2 damage to the vessel. And what was the other one?
5.
That does 5 damage to the vessel. Bringing their shields fully down.
Great.
As the, so like, that was actually, just to be super straight with you guys, that was the threshold for success. This move of yours, pushing this thing down on the planet, was never going to work if their shields were up, unless he rolled a full success. However, he rolled a medium success, so your shield had to go down. You guys just took down the shields by a single point. Lucky bastards.
Nah, just that good.
Right as that.
This is revenge
As
for
the
those
vessel,
who died I
as the
never
vessel
actually
heads
care about.
above, as your vessel heads above theirs, all of a sudden you push both of the rods down, and the vessel burns hard down on top of the Vrare horde. You feel the Vrare scream against the bottom of your vessel, screaming valor as you push it down to the planet. And Nidar, you hear one word in the speech of the planet. 2 words. Thank you.
Yes!
It grabs the trees and it grabs it by the trees and pulls it down from the vessel, reaching it down and just like crushing it down on top of the pod.
Oh my God!
The whole thing starts to overload for power. You have to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, run for your lives and do it laughing. Laugh. Just laugh and laugh and laugh.
Noble Defender, please roll for help.
How's face?
Save their lives.
Okay.
So happy.
We're doing 16 again?
Yep.
Normal roll.
It's our friend.
The tree planet.
Tree planet.
We'll come back one day.
Yay, and we can feed other people to it.
We can.
Oh yeah, we'll feed all sorts of people.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun, guys.
Hans can scan it, Nidar can make conversations with it. It's gonna be amazing.
I just wanna hug it.
This is gonna be our new Ryza. We're just gonna vacation on a
3.
tree planet that eats people.
And here we go.
This will be our new Ryza. I love it.
Everyone, break out your bikinis and watch our enemies.
I do feel like. I do feel like.
All right. The ship withstands 2 damage from the explosion as your vessel screams out from the planet's surface. A huge double crossing core explosion propulsing you out. You find yourselves essentially like in orbit above Border 17. The Pac-Ha vessel is destroyed. The Rare Horde vessel is destroyed. So too is the Kataman. The Kataman is destroyed. So any more information you might have gotten is now lost.
Damn.
However, on the flip side, you do have the knowledge, the foreknowledge now that the Pac-Ha Peacekeep has the heretic. And you do not know what might happen next. As we end our game, however, there's one last thing we have to do.
One last thing.
Bitch, man.
Yeah, right.
There is a crisis wave.
Oh no.
These things.
Visionary Destroyer, Noble Defender, please roll for composure.
Composure.
What's a crisis wave?
Noble Defender 10,
Oh.
Visionary Destroyer 6.
All right.
The concordance wide. Oh, 6?
Yep.
Cool, better than
Shit.
Oh, well, those were all crap.
That's not good.
Oh.
Yeah, no. That's a.
Okay.
That's technically a. Oh wait, is it? No, that's
You got a
double
10.
0.
4?
No, because double 0 is the 10. That's a
Double
1.
0 is 10.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
So yeah, that's a 0. That's nothing.
A crit fail.
I got nothing.
What you got?
4.
So you sort of
Gonna have
again,
annual.
kind of holding your shit together. On the other side, Visionary Destroyer, you find yourself like staring into what I can only describe as an apocalyptic moment in your life. This makes that moment at the Battle of Limworld look like candy. Because in your head, and throughout every part of your body, you can feel the scream of the mother.
Okay. Right.
The heretic's absence has cursed the eye. The slate comes for all.
Oh shit.
And on your long-range scanners, Hans, you see the slate begin to move into the brightest eye.
Oh my fucking god.
And we'll pick that up in 2 weeks in episode 1.4 of V.A.S.T.
Hopefully the slate is moving.
Come back
really
come back next week for episode 1.3, where we pick back up with the Pac-Ha Peacekeep and what they are up to
This is
in
totally
this
their fault.
brave new world.
Kill those
Thank you
guys.
guys for hanging out.
Can't believe I
We
can't.
will be doing this every week for at least the next few. And I can't wait to get deeper into this story with you. I
my
want to
God.
thank every one of you guys, Dylan, Jody, Max, Ray, John. Amazing job today. You guys were awesome.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Jackson.
And
Jackson.
come back next week. I'm getting the hang of this, you guys. This is going to be badass. All right. I'm Jackson Lanzing, and I'll see you in the future.
May the eye be with you.
Bye.